guilty of crime.
And we're back. What's up, Kel? Good to see you. I'm your host, Jay, with Guilty of Crime, and happy Friday, guys. We made it. Now, guys, today is going to be special. Normally, I'll cover an episode, at the beginning of it, and we'll go through it where I've got hundreds of episodes or some landmark trial or hearing or motion happens, and we kind of get into the weeds of it. But guys, today we're covering the Courtney Clenney plea deal. Will she walk free or serve decades? Secretly recorded video reveals the whole thing days before up until, guys. So today, I know some of you are disappointed that there isn't going to be a trial because you want to know, and so do I. So today we're going to cover what obviously happened, what led up to this, what went through, what's happened after court hearings, and we're going to watch the whole thing on body cam as well as bits and pieces. We're going to see some of the files that came out at the preliminary hearing where she claimed that she threw a knife at Christian Obumseli and it stuck in him. So they literally are doing a self-defense and they have an expert throwing a knife to see if it's possible. So guys, this is a catch everything, catch all. It's Friday. I have nothing else to do right now except for this. All right, everybody's busy. It's a slow Friday, and I think we're going to be here for quite some time. On top of that, guys, we are giving away some new Guilty of Crime merch today at the end of the show. Deb didn't want hers because she wanted me to give it to somebody that hasn't gotten anything. So we're going to re-give that tonight. I'll show you pictures. We're going to be here. We're going to talk. All right. Mrs. Guilty is out of town. She went to her safe place in Napa. Baby Guilty's off doing her own thing and with her own friends. And it's you and I and all of us. And I'm sorry about that. I see, Indy, that you tried to, you're not getting notifications, which is not good. Not good at all. Drag out stalled case. Good for you covering this drag of stuff. Oh, it's been dragged out for years, and now we're finally getting a conclusion to it. I don't know if it's going to be what you want, the Obumselis want, but guys, it's coming, and I'm going to tell you all about it and the story. Hey, Mama Pearl, good to see you. Kel's always in the house. I love it. She's always first, Susie Q. So guys, do me a favor. Come on in. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. We're going to be here for a couple to few hours today. So, hey, buckle up, buckle in. We're giving stuff away. It's a Friday. If you want to get a membership or gift a membership or help towards our goal, that'd be awesome today. All right. So, yes, I got your email. I'm inundated by emails and stuff. I will get back to you. I'm glad it came across. Congratulations to you, by the way. I appreciate that. As if Jodi Arias wasn't enough. Well, a lot of people asked me to cover this case while it was happening, and it just didn't. Yes, I'm unsupervised, Kel. See, that's when I wish that my Guilty of Crime crew friends were in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? All I get to do is hang out with you guys online. But, hey, I'm here for it. I don't always stay as long as I'm probably going to stay today. And I hope that people continue to come on in. Now, Indy, if you unsubscribe to my channel and then resubscribe, that might help. All right. Tiff, my girl Tiff's in the house. Good to see you. Again, I wish you guys were in the Bay Area. What's up with that? Tomorrow, baby Guilty's got a party with their friends. What am I going to do? I'm going to be on the loose all alone. It is Friday. All right, guys, come on in. Much love. Hello, everybody. Jen, Lynn, Sadie's mama, always a pleasure. Mo, Edith, good to see you. Krista, how you doing? I hope you guys really enjoy today's episode because I'm doing a lot of new things on my channel, and I'm hoping that these new things stick. Okay, I'm hoping that you guys like the way this channel is going, and we can continue it that way, you know, as we progress and we grow. As for Ghost, now listen, Susie Q, Ghost is equivalent to other people's platform that would be Patreon. I had Patreon during the Madeline Soto case, and I got a bunch of people that flagged me, said terrible things, and they got my Patreon down. Now we have Ghost, and Ghost is a platform that I pay monthly a pretty hefty amount to bring you guys news, and it's free to sign up, and you get lots of news every single day, almost every day. Look at this update on Sonny Stewart case. If you're following that, these are the cases that I cannot cover that need coverage. All right. So there's a lot of stuff in here. All of this, you could sign up for Ghost free and get your updates. If you want to help support Guilty of Crime, there's also going to be other content in Ghost in the platform where you can download files and get videos that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise. All right. So that's Patreon went bye-bye, and I'm never going to try to get it again because that was messed up how they took all my stuff away. So Ghost, hey, Ghost, it's like $63 a month, but I can put whatever the hell I want on it, and nobody's going to take it down. So Danielle, oh man, big prayers for your hip replacement surgery. You survived it, and you get Guilty of Crime tonight for quite some time. Yes, kindness is free. Bullying, get out of control. Mental health is a real thing. And as a matter of fact, I think I might come on about Ariana Grande next week because it's starting to collide with what happened to Perez Hilton. So guys, okay, so there it is. I just made fun of some Rowdy Club palette. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so I've been seeing this Vincent Morello stalking Brittany J's channel as well. Which is funny. So now, guys, yes, I got to do it. I got to kick them off of my channel without being timed out. Bob Vincent Morello, aka whatever the hell your name is. Now you got to make a new account. Oh my God, I pop on channels. Vincent Morello is a straight up troll. Probably a troll from the side of the Hive or whatever. Ridiculousness. All right, come on. And she's starting us off with a Yuch becoming a member again. Yeah, you want to win today, don't you? You guys get your memberships because we are going to be. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you. I've been dying to do that. Yes. I just don't understand why. I mean, people, I'm a little bit bored today, and I'm going to stay on here because I got a lot to talk about, but I'm never bored enough to keep creating names and just getting kicked out. So come on in. Let's get started. The Silver Stars, Jules, and Mama Pearl with the floating heart and 10. Jules, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Now, if everyone knows about this case, or if you don't know, yeah, we're getting to that. All right. We're getting to that. And now listen here, guys. Courtney Clenney did take a plea deal. Is she going to get out of jail free card? Video evidence captures all the moments. And we're talking about why they gave her this plea deal. All right. So why, how, what the hell happened? Well, last time, look at the picture up there. First of all, we need justice for Christian Obumseli. All right. I actually don't know why I don't have a picture. That's just a timeline because the case has been going since April 2022. And I do have a picture of him here because I want to tell you who the victim is. And I don't know why I didn't have that from the beginning, but let me just do this so you can picture the two. I was actually trying to make a little collage of him and I couldn't in the time that I wanted to. So there it is. I'm just going to use the front cover real quick. All right. let me talk to you a little bit about that. Jay, give me the energy you have. Look at that. Look at that. Starbucks. Look at this. This is me on a Friday. I got Starbucks and Red Bull. At the same time. Now what? Cheers. Yeah, justice for all. But listen, the last time that Courtney Clenney was in a hearing, guys, it was so disrespectful. Like I saw this as a domestic violence case, and I saw it at some point as both of them. But when you have Courtney Clenney she's been in there locked up for years, guys. She tried to flee. She went to Hawaii, and she detoxed in Hawaii so that she could go to jail. But her last hearing, she was making a mockery out of the situation, and she was sticking her tongue out and blowing kisses to her fans as motions were being read. All right, so blowing kisses, making faces obviously made a huge headline, and we got more pictures of Courtney Clenney being Courtney Clenney. Now, she's 30. Christian Obumseli was 27. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. All right. Favorite flavor of Red Bull. Yeah, she's been locked up the entire time. Let me just tell you real quick. Let's look at this so we can go over the timeline, and then I'll tell you everything else. I promise. We're going to be here for hours. So I'm going to leave that timeline up and just tell you a little bit about the case and the backstory, okay? So listen, today's August 7, 2026. Courtney Clenney's plea hearing is scheduled for this Monday, August 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern time, okay? Guys, now listen, the agreement that was reached here, we're going to listen to a little bit of Mark Geragos talk about why a plea deal was met at the last minute, why we think that a plea deal came down, or they even took it. They've been fighting for years. Even her parents were arrested. Now, she reached a plea agreement with Miami Dade prosecutors to avoid a trial. Now, the specific terms of the deal, there's a lot of speculation because she is being charged with second-degree murder of the stabbing death of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. She has been in jail since August of 2022, guys. She's been in there for 4 years. All right? 4 years. Now, the hearing will take place in Miami-Dade County with the judge, Andrea Ricker. If you've been following the case, you know who that is. Now, listen, Clenney, a former OnlyFans model, known online as Courtney Taylor, was originally charged with second-degree murder on April 22nd for stabbing him to death. I got crime scene photos, guys, trigger warning. Now, while she initially, and we're going to get to see all this stuff I'm telling you, we're going to watch it. And you know, OnlyFans and social media these days tells the whole story, and we've got it. All right. So Christian Obumseli, while she initially maintained that it was self-defense because of their tumultuous relationship and the domestic violence that happened just 2 days prior, she thought she was going to walk in there, they were going to tell her he's dead, and she was going to leave. She was crying and pleading and hugging and flirting. Now, leading up to the plea agreement, Clenney also settled a separate civil lawsuit against the Obumseli family. All right. She's now being charged still with second degree, but they've got a plea deal of a lifetime. I am assuming that it's coming. All right. So the deal confirmed by her attorneys remains sealed until accepted by the judge. But guys, I'll be up at 7 a.m. on Monday, which will be the 10th. At 7 a.m. my time, 10 o'clock your time. Prosecutors allege what they're saying, what they've been saying, is that she stabbed Obumseli with the kitchen knife on April 3rd, 2022, inside their Edgewater apartment. Now, let me put this up real quick because you can see the timeline and how long. Now, she takes a plea deal in August, and we're going to find out what happens there. We're going to look at the surveillance video. 2 days prior, her violent incidents that revealed and kind of what sealed the deal on this case of her being the actual perpetrator and not the other way around. All right. So all the way April 2022 to August 2026, she's been in court. Her parents have been in court. Her parents have been arrested. Civil lawsuits, lots of pictures of the OnlyFans, and lots of documentation because, well, in this day and age, we film everything, right? All right. Mr. Diva says, Starbucks is a waste of money. Buy a can and make it yourself. It'll last a month. You get it, girl. You get it. I don't even have time to do that. I'm like, grab my drink, grab my other one, and go. But hey, if you want to make me, make me some, you can. Make me a thing that lasts me a month. All right. All right. Once she gets out, she'll be, yes, she will. I was going to say that, HB Labs. She's going to be bigger than ever before when she gets out. I want you to realize she's going to be bigger than Gypsy Rose and when she came out. And people are going to be wanting to pay. Did the family? Yep, they did. Family did put a lawsuit, civil lawsuit, and they've already settled. So we're gonna be here for hours today. We're gonna get into all that. Courtney Clenney has accepted a plea deal. Here's some of the pictures from the house. I have never seen somebody covered in as much blood as she was when law enforcement came to the arrest or aid, right? Because at that point she was covered in blood. Law enforcement came and she was like, he attacked me, right? So what do you think? A white woman, pretty white woman in an expensive neighborhood, they didn't know Christian Obumseli. He was he actually, nobody knew him really. He was just a guy that he did like day trading, and that's how he ended up making his money, was doing like crypto and day trading. Guys, nobody knew who he was. He wasn't internet famous, all right, at all. So Christian, there was a domestic violence situation, and 27-year-old Christian Obumseli, he became public when he started dating Courtney Clenney. Now, she's a social media influencer and OnlyFans model, and she also began bringing him in to making videos, and they were making money off their sex videos. But on April 3rd, lots and lots of fuel of drugs and alcohol came along, and he was stabbed to death in their luxury apartment. Guys, that apartment that I'm showing you right here is it's about $17,000 a month. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. I want to talk about Christian Obumseli and tell you who he is, but I want to be respectful and have him up. So I'm going to send that right now. Oh, wait, but that's not him. Hold on. I got one, but they didn't put a real picture of him. Yeah, they made an AI one, but it's not actually him. I tried doing that too, but I didn't have time. Thank you, Mo. All right, so look, that place is about $17,000 a month. Okay, and before I get into anything else, I'm gonna pop this up real quick. Let me I just want to pull this up so that you can get an idea of the fuckery that we're gonna be watching today. All right, so again, trigger warning. If you need it, you always need it when you're here. Here you go. Right, this is what we're getting in. This is the fuckery that we're getting in today. Lots of body cam footage, lots of interrogation footage, lots of footage, period, because, well, OnlyFans model. Let's go.
I'm scared. I'm scared of him.
Her boyfriend comes charging towards her, and we actually try to get in the middle of it.
You told me I was
Time out.
Why do you have something against me, man? Like, I'm just trying to, like,
What is anything against you?
it seems like
We're trying to talk. Leave the property, and you get back to your apartment. What else do you
I
need?
was told I was going to get a chance to speak. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I had a lot of opportunities to call y'all, and I did not. And I want him. Okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Obumseli.
We don't issue those.
Because no, I'm serious. Can I do that?
Now, guys, I wish they would have gave her a damn restraining order because it was a volatile situation, period. And Christian Obumseli is the victim here. But this is what we're working with.
We're
Go
gonna
to court.
right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but like right now I'm a freaking victim in this situation. I'm scared to go downstairs and walk my dogs. I just walk in.
We just went along.
I'm scared. I'm scared of him.
Take her up to the apartment.
Now, guys, that was just days before. Now, we're going to watch the interrogation. We're going to watch all that. But Courtney claims self-defense. You'll see her covered in blood, pointing to Christian, his alleged history of abuse, and Christian's family accused her of being the aggressor. And now we're going to do a plea deal, right? all these years, and here we go. Let's drop this down and let me show you another clip real quick, because we're gonna go back 3 years. I need you guys to see this. This is in the very beginning, and I know a lot of you guys are saying, you see how shitty she looks now after she's been in prison without the eyelashes and the hair? Oh yeah. Let's rewind to 3 years back, and then we'll bring us up to speed. All right. I don't know if I saw your email yet, but hello, under your scars. You guys come on in, hit the like button. Let's get some in the algorithm. Okay. What's the email? Do I need to check it for this episode or? All right, let's go back. I'm going to take you back real quick, because obviously we're going over the timeline quickly. And then I'll go, if I do get that collage, one that works, I will put up Christian Obumseli and just give you a background about his birth and all that. I think Tiff might be making one. I don't typically not put the victim. So I just totally, I must have missed that. All right. So let's take it back to when this happened. Okay. And let me look at the timeline here without pulling the other one up. This goes way back to, wow, April, August. All right. So in the timeline of events before this goes way back to 2020 and 2021, when Clenney and Obumseli began their relationship, and they call it tempestuous and combative. Now, they were filming OnlyFans videos and having sex with each other while doing drugs and alcohol. But between that time, they were fighting and punching and hurting and attacking and yelling and battering each other for the most part. Okay. Now, in this situation, it is her, Courtney Clenney. Courtney Clenney is the person that is going to be on trial. Well, not anymore. She took a plea deal. So let's go back to the very beginning and see what happened here. Guys, watch this.
Of stabbing her boyfriend to death. Back in the courtroom today, a judge denying Courtney Clenney's release on bond while she awaits trial.
NBC6's Shanae Amara is joining us live from court. Shanae, what have they said so far?
Yeah, that ruling came down just minutes ago, and a lot of back and forth inside the courtroom from the defense team as the judge denied allowing release or allowing bond for Courtney Clenney as she awaits that murder trial. But let's go to some video, because I want to give you a visual look at exactly what happened inside the courtroom. Now, a big issue here for the judge, whether there is a flight risk for that OnlyFans model accused of murdering her boyfriend. The judge ultimately siding with prosecutors denying her release as she awaits trial for the killing of Christian Obumseli. Clenney came out just before 11 this morning, cuffed in her red jumpsuit. She sat and spoke with attorneys ahead of the hearing, wiping back tears as families on both sides, her family and the Obumselis, waited in the gallery for the hearing to begin. The judge cited concerns, including the possibility of a flight risk in her denial of.
I mean, you see what has happened at this point. You're kind of getting a good idea of their relationship. All right. She never had bond. She's never had bond. And that's why. They went to arrest her, and she was in Hawaii at a rehab center.
Bond, which Clenney's defense objected to, arguing that she doesn't have the money to be a flight risk. But on the other side, the family attorney representing the Obumseli says they are satisfied by this ruling.
The evidence was clear that she has no money left in her bank accounts. Part of it was used to purchase a home, which is not a liquid asset. Measures could be taken to secure that property with a bond. Her OnlyFans contract was canceled immediately back in April. She does not have the ability to make these monies, as the state alleged, and as the judge unfortunately adopted their view.
Now, guys, she's going to get a lot bigger than she was when she gets out, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, Mark Garagos agrees that she's probably going to get the deal that she couldn't refuse. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today.
I think that's incorrect.
So the family flew in for this decision. They are very grateful, and their faith in this system has been renewed. And at this,
I don't think it's going to be renewed now. This was in the very beginning. They obviously didn't want her bonding out, and they wanted her to get 25 to life without the possibility of parole. Guys, that's what she was facing, but I'll tell you now what she's facing as we continue.
Point we look forward to the ultimate justice is when the jury of her peers find her guilty.
Now, Clenney, the former OnlyFans model, her team went on to maintain that they believe that she was a victim of domestic violence. They also say this judge's ruling prevents her from getting the necessary treatment for PTSD that she needs. On the other side, the Obumseli's attorney says that he was the one who was the victim. The next court date is February 6th. For now, reporting live, Shanae.
All right, so this happens for years and years and years, guys. It continues, and now we're August 7th, 2026, and let me pull this up. All right, and I got that. I'll get back to it, Tiff. All right, look, so OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney reaches a plea deal in boyfriend's killing. All right, Clenney's boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, was found fatally stabbed in their Miami condo in 2022. All right, there they are together. Very cute couple on the surface, but as she was arrested, you start to see all of the fights and the things, her recording him recording her, secret recordings of each other. Guys, paranoia and whatever they were doing, whatever drugs, drinks, whatever, there was a lot. Now, what we need to know is Courtney Clenney is scheduled for a plea hearing on August 10th. This is Monday in Miami-Dade County, Florida. If anybody is in Florida, y'all should go to the courthouse. It's probably going to be a big deal. Now, she's charged with second-degree murder back in April, what I showed you online, for the death of Christian Obumseli. Clenney, who previously pleaded not guilty, has claimed that the fatal stabbing was self-defense, while Obumseli's family denies allegations of abuse in their relationship. But we can see it. We're gonna see all that today. Now, OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney has reached a plea deal in connection with the 2020 killing of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. Clenney's court docket in Miami-Dade County, Florida, shows she is set to appear with Judge Andrea Ricker on August 10th for a plea hearing. Her lawyer, Sabrina Puglisi, said in a statement to People that she had reached a plea agreement but declined to elaborate further ahead of the hearing. Now, she is being charged with second degree. It's not clear if she's going to plead to a lesser charge or what the ultimate penalty will be, but I'm speculating, along with a lot of other former prosecutors, that she's going to get a hell of a deal, guys. Now, authorities found, we go all the way back to April 3rd, 2022. One day after Clenney, now 30, told police she wanted to break up with him. We saw that. She said, get a restraining order. Guys, that was a day before the stabbing. Now, Clenney, an OnlyFans model and social media influencer with 1.7 million followers on Instagram at the time, she was arrested on second degree charges for 4 months later at a rehab facility in Hawaii. Now, when she went into court, she pled not guilty and said, hey, I was getting treatment. I needed a rehab before I go into jail. Judge wasn't buying it, denied bond, and she's been locked up ever since. Okay. Let me show you a few of the other things. Well, let me actually share this with you so I can tell you who he is. Oh, Christian Obumseli, and then we'll move forward. I do not want to forget about the victim. All right, because that's the victim along with his family. We're getting to that, guys. I'm telling a story. All right. So look, Christian Obumseli, handsome young man. And as far as I'm concerned, I didn't hear anything bad about him except from. Now that's why I keep on emphasizing how long she's been serving, because that's where I think we're going. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But let me quickly go over the victim. All right. Now, she had money back then, but so did he. All right. I don't know wait, where'd this go? Hold on. Okay. They both had money. She had more. So ultimately, she started working. She started having him work for her and film her doing sexual acts, along with him being in those acts with her, because he needed money. He was like a day trader. All right. He did kind of day trading crypto, and it went sideways once they started working together. Well, I think she was drunk at all times. Obumseli. I don't know why I lost this, but okay. All right. So let me put that up there. Say a prayer that the family gets the justice they deserve. I don't think they are, guys. I don't think they are. I know I do too. He lost his life. I mean, this could have been avoided, and it wasn't. He allegedly unalived her dog. Oh, Evelyn, we don't know she's not getting time served. Just wait. That's the whole reason we're here today. He did get animal cruelty charges. Then more than likely he did. This is a domestic violence situation prior to her taking his life. But again, innocent until proven guilty. She hasn't pled guilty, and we haven't got to hear that side yet. But I'm telling you what is happening in this case, and you're going to see it. Now, Christian Obumseli was only 27 years old when he died. He was a cryptocurrency trader. Now, he became widely known only because of Courtney Clenney. He wasn't in the spotlight like that. But the fatal stabbing led to the high-profile criminal case, which has drug out for years, all right? So his name is Christian Toby Obumseli, 27 years old, crypto trader with Clenney in a luxury high-rise Miami Edgewater neighborhood, described as Plano, Texas native in multiple reports. Now, he died from one single stab wound to the chest inside the couple's apartment on the fatal day of April 3rd, 2022, guys. All right. Medical examiners determined that the one wound, was 3 inches deep and inconsistent with Clenney's claim that she threw the knife several feet away. Now, I'm going to show you that because they went into court with an expert to throw it, and it just wasn't jiving. Oh, we're getting to that. Yes. All right, so that's Christian Obumseli there. Clenney was arrested 4 months later after being in Hawaii and getting treatment. She's always maintained self-defense, alleging domestic violence. Obumseli's family disputes that, and they maintain he's the victim. Now, multiple outlets obviously are reporting on a plea deal, and we're going to find out exactly what. But right now, we're going to speculate a bit, and let's continue. There is a lot of domestic violence in this, however, because you'll see many times where they were both messing with each other. All right, so then and there's a timeline just to give you an idea of how long she's been in there. And let me show you a few more of these, because I found this on Log Crime and I was like, oh, this says a lot. So this Log Crime has this Log Crime Plus that has case files and stuff, and I thought this was pretty good. I'm not going to pay for it, but I wanted to show you Courtney Clenney, a social media influencer and OnlyFans creator who gained national attention after being charged in the 2022 fatal stabbing of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. Now, mind you, guys, people did not know her. 1.7 million followers isn't that much. But when she gets out, she's going to have a lot more followers. I'll tell you that. So what we're doing today, we've got a lot of body cam footage and secret recordings from both of them. All right. So body and dash cam videos and police interviews, interrogation. We're going to go over that. Then there's crime scene photos. Look at that. Look at the knife that you see on the ground over there to the left. The handle was just completely broken off, right? And again, she looked like Carrie. She was covered in blood when law enforcement got there. So this beautiful apartment with white was no longer, it was a bloodbath when they got there, right? You can see there that you can see the knife on the ground and the cords and the struggle, right? This is the crime scene photos. So I'm just quickly going through that. And then we'll get up to August 5th, which was 2 days ago. All right, where'd that go? All right, guys, how you doing? Show some love. Come on in. Hit the like button. Guys, Saucy Skins, get yourself a membership. Do your due. Now, listen, Saucy Skin CBD, happy Friday. It actually is Friday today, and I'm wearing the shirt. Here's the thing, Evelyn. Here's the problem with, even if she gets 10 years, she's already served over 4, and they might give her time and a half for that. I've seen that happen, or at least time and days added. So if she gets 10 years and she gets time served with probation, she could be out in the next 2 years. I don't even know if they're going to go that hard on her, though, in all honesty. All right. Hey, Cat Second Connection and Nikki the OG. Happy birthday month to all my Leos. Buckle up, buckle in today, guys. You're going to see my ugly mug for at least 2 more hours. All right. Because it's Friday and I ain't got shit to do. except for this. All right, so look, August 5th, she settles the civil suit ahead of the plea deal. Now, you guys know there was a civil suit as well between her parents and I believe and the Obumselis, or her and the Obumselis. I know the parents were arrested at one point for tampering with evidence. Now, a 30-year-old is now charged with second degree in the death of Christian in Miami. She threw a knife. Shortly after she was arrested, they filed a wrongful death lawsuit against several companies, guys, that were connected to the apartment building. And they're right. The lawsuit claims that Clenney attacked Obumseli on April 3rd, causing his death, and that the condominium and security had failed to act despite a history of violence at the couple's home. And I have to agree with that a bit, because when you guys see all these recordings, he records her, she records him. There's a ton of secret recordings going on, and it all adds up to one thing: them fighting. It ends up with his life being lost the next day. But the bottom line is, I agree with this because it is wrongful death. I don't know why they didn't stop it the day before when she said, I need a restraining order or whatever. They should have, I don't know. Regardless, I just wanted him to have his life. There's no reason. But the attorney that's representing Obumseli's family shared multiple videos, which we're going to look at today. Guys, the videos are the foundation to this case. Now, one video taken in Aspen, Colorado, weeks before Obumseli's death, Clenney is seen screaming at the victim and hitting him. The video shows Obumseli grab Clenney's hand as she tells him, let go. When he does, she resumes hitting him. Attorneys for Clenney and Obumseli each pointed to the video as evidence that their respective client was a victim of abuse by the other. Okay, so I think that was the elevator video that you're talking about. We're going to get to all that, though. We're going to do all videos at one time after I explain everything. All right, so let's take a look at this, and then I'm going to show you some of the stuff behind the scenes that is not going to make it. Check this out. She takes a plea deal ahead of trial. What's going to happen?
When her lawyers had asked a judge to let jurors see all these text messages and other evidence they said would show the victim, that show that she was the victim, that Courtney's boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, that he was the one who abused Clenney, according to court documents that were obtained by the New York Post. So why would a defendant who's maintained self-defense for years, who was planning this defense, who was planning all this evidence, agree to a plea deal? For that, you know who I'm bringing in, legendary trial.
She's going to come out, guys. I got to tell you, even if she gets 10 years with 4 or 6 served, whatever they're going to do, I'm telling you right now, she's going to blow the F up. When you type in Courtney Clenney, it's wild how much attention she's getting from this crime. And guys, this has been happening. This is not just her that's doing that. Gypsy Rose kind of started that, and others, right? But Gypsy Rose is a huge example of what happens. Somebody committing a crime, getting out, and people just, them being infamous, people just loving them, throwing themselves at them.
Attorney Mark Garagos, he's also co-host the podcast Reasonable Doubt, Two Angry Men. Good to see you, sir. Why'd you do it?
How are you? Why'd she do it? I would think, obviously, because she got a deal or an offer she couldn't refuse. And I suspect that when we find out if the judge accepts the plea and accepts the sentence, that it will turn out that they basically made the calculation that it wasn't worth the risk of a trial, and they got an offer that was something she could live with.
What do you think that was? Do you think it's manslaughter? Do you think it's a less?
Now, listen here. I want you to listen here, because I mean, I'm agreeing with what you guys are saying about the judge might not accept the plea deal, et cetera, but something just came out recently that's affecting this. And you'll hear a little bit in this. Some evidence just came in, and I assure you that most of the evidence is flat out videos and recordings that you cannot deny. But listen to what he says about how long he thinks she's going to get and why she took the deal. And I agree that this piece of evidence came in. Prosecution probably said, damn it, the jury's going to see this and we might not get a guilty plea. So let's offer this plea deal or accept whatever, either way, however it goes, we'll find out.
What is it? Second degree, but a lesser
I would
sentence?
imagine. Yeah, I would imagine it's a manslaughter and it's a fixed, determinate sentence under that state law. I can't imagine.
So that's the one, right? This was the one out. That's the video that after everything happened, everybody was shocked by, and they couldn't believe it made it this far. All right, that came out, and right away they're like, "We're going to keep her locked up. She's a danger, and she might flee." I think it was more about the family and what they accepted as a plea than it was her. Well, we're going to find out more, and I do agree. I don't think that his parents agree, but they also just won a civil lawsuit, and we don't know the outcome of that yet. So obviously they're feeling good about something. All right, Shadow, come on in, guys. I don't know if you guys are not getting my notifications. It's weird because last few weeks we've had hundreds of people in chat, and tonight we have 101. So hey, let's get this in the algorithm. Hit the like button, and we're gonna be here for a while. I know, but and there's a problem when they're recording each other though, and you see that, or you see the day before. Listen, if the jury was to have seen the day before them fighting and her asking for a restraining order, yeah, she can't just ask. She had to go down to the courthouse, and she didn't do that either. But they're gonna say, well, maybe she was a victim as well.
That she would ever take anything that wasn't determinate or that wasn't a reduction. Based on the evidence I've seen, this is at worst a mutual combat, and so she had a pretty good defense, and she made that calculation.
Do you think the judge would accept it? Is there any chance that the judge could reject it, and if so, for what reason?
All right, is the judge going to reject it, and for what reason? All right, let's see that. But also, guys, when you see what is going on throughout this entire episode that we watched the video interrogation, she never breaks character. Never, not once. Not once does she break character that it was self-defense. She was afraid of him. Even when she was covered in blood when law enforcement got there, she never broke character.
I've had judges reject deals, most recently in Los Angeles, not once, not twice, but 3 different times with 2 different judges. So there's always that chance. Anytime there is a media spotlight on a case, that increases the chance that the judge is not going to go along with the deal, especially if the deal is objected to by the victims or the victim's close family members.
This is a tough case. I mean, look, self-defense can work, sometimes hard to predict, and she probably would have taken the stand to explain what happened. Putting that to the side, I just got to bring something up with you. This was another big...
I know there's not a ton of people in here today, but have you all been following this case? I see a few people that are kind of interested or commenting and no, but I'm wondering, like, who's been waiting for the trial? If you've been waiting for the trial to get to a resolution, put a 1 in chat. I agree. She's a disgusting, self-absorbed man beater, and I've personally known many women just like this. Okay. Like, I can't get down with that kind of disgustingness at all. Hey, Jody. Hey, Jay, I didn't get a notification. I don't know why people aren't getting a notification, but I'm glad you're here. And I hope you guys realize that I'm here Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. every day. I'm in Cali at 4 o'clock. Oh, you didn't? Okay, perfect then. Perfect. Now, here's the thing. I don't know how biased it is. Well, she's going to get the media spotlight. I don't know how biased it is, only because the fact that prosecution is okay with taking a plea deal. So if that's the case, then some new piece of evidence came out that was going to jam them up, right? And if you haven't seen any of this, then you're good. Then you're going to see it all today.
Legal development. Whenever I get you on, I want to try to
look at her
as much in. So
look at that shit, man. That looks like a freaking old bum's hands outside with 1 nail. This was their hands after the stabbing of Christian Obumseli.
I wanted to ask you about the Luigi Mangione case.
Okay,
so the New York Post.
Now we're off that. No Luigi Mangione. All right. Let's remove that and let's get back to this, what they call her a sick broad. Guys, this is what led up to the trial. Okay. It says sick broad, OnlyFans model, stabbed boyfriend to death, makes kissy faces, sticks out tongue during her court hearing. All right, I'm not going to read all this again because it's all the same about her going to Hawaii, etc. But this was the last time that she was in court, February 20th, 2026. She's over there sticking her tongue out and getting media attention. Let me put it on that because I am going to hop over to X anyway. Hold on. So there she was in court. People are outraged by that. And they're like, why? What is going on with this? Well, I think by the end of this, however, I agree. In this particular case, she was the aggressor in the case of the murder. But I don't think that the jury would have seen it that way. All right. Come on in, guys. How you doing? Good to see you. I meant not funny case. Huh? Cancellation of the okay. All right. Good to see you guys. My pastor calls me Mish. What's up, guys? All right. Should I kick this off with a membership? Nobody's moving, but we do got one membership there. I'll gift one in a bit. All right, take a look. That was her on February 20th. Obviously, it made the papers. It made the media. Guys, when she gets out, people are going to be looking at her and Googling her name. Now, everybody was in court and she's doing this. All right. She's blowing kisses and stuff. Now, prior to this, guys, here's what we got going on. You have to have pretrial hearings and evidence presented to give her the charges of second degree. So she alleged that she acted in self-defense and that she didn't stab Obumseli, but she threw a knife from over 10 feet away. The problem is there was a wound that was 3 inches deep and she couldn't have thrown it over 10 feet away. So they reenacted this as they presented the evidence. The defense presented this. Okay, take a look. I didn't even get to see this. So this was the evidence presented to show that she absolutely didn't just throw it like she says she did.
Now, we're going to see there's no sound here. Do you know if there was sound recorded or not?
We did not have a sound recording.
Can you describe to the court, I mean, obviously we can see what's going on, but from your observation as an expert, medical examiner, what, if anything, does this demonstration show you?
Well, he threw 6 knives, and he essentially had 3 of them stick, and the 4th one came in and hit the 3rd one.
Now, we're going to see there's no sound here. Do you know if there was?
All right, so this all came out. I mean, everybody was ready for this, right? Everybody's ready for this. And Jay Bronius, he has a channel on YouTube, but on X, he posts a lot on the Clenney case. I also saw somebody today that was actually running all the pre-trials all over again, like from start to finish. So if you're looking for that, you might want to go now. Take a look at this. This is obviously, in my opinion, it's Monday, 2032 at 2:21. What's that? 8 o'clock or something? And he comes in and, I mean, look at this. Didn't come out till after she was arrested. And once it did, that sealed the deal. Guys, if you receive the membership, come on out and say hello. Hey, Deb, good to see you. Nisa, how you doing? How do they have all this stuff in jail? Well, they do. They all get tablets and cell phones because it equals money for the jail. All right. So when this came out, people were like, well, maybe they're comfortable in doing this. Maybe that's what their relationship is comfortable as, domestic violence, right? So, I mean, I think that's a huge part of it. Although I believe she was the aggressor during the attack, you're going to watch recorded videos showing where it wasn't just her. Now, I got to show you this because I've never seen somebody covered in that much blood on a body cam. I'm actually surprised that they didn't blur it out. But again, trigger warning, it looks like Carrie. All right. Take a look. This is when she called 911 and they ultimately took her down to the station. I don't know if they arrested her at this time.
I was on the phone with her when I was trying to get So if you can go in there and just see Aura, and she will come and get them.
Look.
I mean,
look at that.
Besides myself, I was in Christian first, but besides myself, my dogs. I see my dogs. I don't want them going to the panel.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying, you know, for
Thank
you
you.
guys to talk to them.
Thank you. I
Okay.
see that.
I don't want it to go to council.
Ooh, the dogs are probably getting mad over there, but look at that. We're gonna see it later, but I just wanted you to see the extent of it. She is covered in blood from head to toe.
No barking. I'll be right back.
All right. And again, we're going to see all the scene as it unfolds, etc. That was a big piece of evidence that came out. And then there she is hours after she stabbed him to death. They did handcuff her, handcuffed, covered in blood, sitting on the floor. All right. And again, we're going to see this. We're going to watch the whole damn thing. All right. In California, inmates get free phone time 24 hours a day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with all this. I don't know. I really, truly don't. I was very surprised to hear those things nowadays. I'm going to pull this down. I'm very surprised to hear those things. What's happening? She paid the rent. She was evicted now. Now, I hate to say this, but she was the one with the money. Christian Obumseli was a crypto trader, but with all of the benders that they were doing and all the lavish money that they were spending, he ended up working for her and filming sex videos. All right. So ultimately he was working for her. And since she had all the control of it, well, then you see what happens there. All right, let's continue. We're happy Friday, everybody. Did anyone win a membership that wanted one? Let me know. Come on in. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. God, there's so many videos, cell phone videos, and unreleased. All right, let's just take a look here real quick. Again, I absolutely think that the plea deal is going to be really light on her, or she wouldn't have taken it. Let's listen in.
That spanned more than 4 years is heading toward an end. Former OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney from Austin has reached a plea agreement in the stabbing death of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. She was charged with second-degree murder and faced the possibility of life in prison.
See?
The case was expected to center on the couple's turbulent relationship. That relationship turned deadly in April of 2022 when Clenney stabbed Obumseli inside their Miami high-rise apartment.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address. 101. I can't get my arm. Please, God, please, come to my house.
Clenney has never denied stabbing Obumseli, but claimed she was defending herself. In fact, recent court filings indicated her attorneys plan to present a battered spouse syndrome defense, showing texts, fights, and injuries happening in Miami.
And guys, throughout this, you're going to see secret recordings coming in from both of them. And Mom, this is completely like Tani and Johnny. Remember when all the Tani and Johnny drama went down? This is what happened. This is why Tani got her son taken away, because of a tumultuous relationship like this. Exactly like this. I agree. We're going to see all of it today, guys. Buckle up, buckle in, and trigger warning. All right. Even your dogs might get triggered because, yes, her dogs were whining. All right. Good to see you, Tara. How you doing with the pink hands? Yeah, DV cases have to quit playing these bait and switch games. One more thing for sure, her drunk self is not right. Not just drunk. She's on everything known to man, guys.
Miami, Dubai, and Austin. Now attention turns to August 10th, when the plea agreement will be read in court and reveal what Clenney admitted to and what punishment she will face. This deal comes as another case has closed. Obumseli's family recently settled its wrongful death lawsuit against the condo.
So I wonder if they were able to, and listen to this, the condo was $17,000 a month, but listen to the fact that they did a civil suit and they won. I wonder if that's why they agreed to a plea. They just want to get this over. I don't know. Yeah, you didn't remember Courtney Clenney. Her name was actually Courtney Taylor online. Yeah, right? All right. Cat Psychic says, I worked hundreds of DV cases as an advocate. It's horrible what people put each other through. It's worse what they put up with and return to. Oh, definitely is entitled, and she's going to come out entitled too. Her parents support her as well.
And property management company where the stabbing happened. Legal documents show the companies will cover the costs of any outstanding medical or hospital bills and all liens. In return, Obumseli's family has dismissed the lawsuit.
Oh, wow.
Of her peers find her guilty.
Okay.
Now, Clenney, the former OnlyFans model, her team went on to maintain that they believe that she was a victim of domestic violence. They also say this judge's ruling prevents her from getting the necessary treatment for PTSD that she needs. On the other side, the Obumseli's attorney says that he was the one who was the victim. The next court date is February 6th. For now, reporting live, Shanae Amara.
Not anymore, my friends. It's August 10th. All right. They did. Her parents got arrested as well. All right. Now, listen, what I do like about cases that we're able to see and not that when it's happening, because, you know, we cover cases all the time that happens right there and we jump on it. Well, this has been going for 4 years and now we're going to see all of it unfold. All right. There's that high-rise apartment. Welcome in. Cynthia, how you doing? Cats meow. This happened now. Well, this happened in April of 2022, but there's a plea deal that's been reached and it's happening on Monday. So if you came in late, like Husky Lover or anybody else, there it is right there. What did I lose you on? How did I lose you? What lost you how? I don't know. Not necessarily. What makes me wonder is what she's going to plead to. She's been maintaining her innocence for the last over 4 years. She will not accept anything. So it makes me wonder what deal that she's getting, that she actually is accepting it. All right. So there it is. It starts back in April 2022, and they came to a plea deal August 6th. On the 10th, we're going to find out when or how long it is and what she's pleading to, what she's admitting to, because she doesn't admit to anything at any other time other than being a victim. All right, so let's watch this, guys. I love Explore with us. We're gonna watch it all. Let's go.
From Courtney.
Trigger warning.
Thankfully, someone else in the building had heard signs of a disturbance and asked security to contact law enforcement.
City of Miami Police 911, operator Dodge. What is the address of your emergency?
It's emergency. I'm calling because there's a fight is going on. Yeah, there's a fight going on right now.
Is it a physical fight?
Yes.
Not only did this caller share the full address, but he also shared the specific apartment.
Now, listen, guys, if they've been offering her the same thing for years. They've been charging her with second degree. So if she came to a plea deal, I have a feeling it's going to be a lesser charge than second degree. Maybe manslaughter. She has never broken character. And I'm not saying she's the victim and not the perpetrator, but after you watch this relationship unfold today, you're going to say, damn, somebody should have stopped this before. I don't know if she's going to plead no contest. Normally that's not part of a deal, but we'll see. That's a good guess. All right, let's go.
Number where the altercation and apparent injury took place. Since this report matched the partial address Courtney gave, the operator was able to confirm that this was likely in reference to the same incident. Now that they had this information, officers raced to the scene and wasted no time making their way to the apartment in question. The scene they found was every bit as dire as Courtney's hysteria on the phone suggested.
Police are here, police are here. Hey, come here. Come on. Come here, get out.
I'm going to lower that, guys. Sorry. I'm lowering that because they're trying to make her get off the floor.
Get up right now. Baby, wake up. Wake up. Wait, what's your granny?
So right now, this is when they called 911 and he had been stabbed, right? This is the first thing that happened in this case to cause this. Now, we'll be going back and forth with the interrogation and things when he's alive, but this is the initial. This is on or in April of 2022. This is April 3rd. 2022. Please respond. Obumseli is found on the ground with a stab wound in his chest right now, and Clenney's on the ground with him, just laying in his blood. she had just called 911 and they arrived. All right, that just set it up for you.
Courtney, keep him sitting up. Leave, girl. Listen to me. Get up. Come on. You get the dogs in. Get up. Please, go. Please, listen. Get him up. Get up, right. Jump on the floor. I'll help him out. Get up. No, I can't let this. Okay.
It's back on.
Wait, it wasn't.
Relax.
Why? No, guys.
Relax.
What's going on? Hey, you good? What do you have?
Relax.
What are you doing from? Go. Guys, please.
Relax. Sit down.
Here. Okay.
Sit down.
Just let me.
Sit down.
Okay. Baby, come here. Just sit down. Please, just make sure he's okay.
As first responders struggled to control Christian's bleeding and contain Court.
So guys, she never breaks character from here on in. You guys are going to see the interrogation with me. You're going to see some of the recordings over this time. All of it's going to be laid out. And then Monday, you guys can decide if you feel like this is justice or not. All right. When you plead guilty to maintain that you are innocent, you just recognize the prosecution has enough evidence. But we don't know what's going to happen with it yet. And I agree about all of that. But it's something I believe she's pleading to something she can live with and something that's much less than what she was going to get, because she has been in there for years fighting it. All right. Financially, her parents have been helping. She ran out of money. They canceled her OnlyFans account a long time ago.
The harrowing situation threatened to spiral even more out.
Oh, by the way, just quickly, so you guys know, the parents, Obumseli's parents, they settled with a $50,000 lawsuit in damages. So they were seeking $50,000, and it ended up getting settled privately. And we don't know the exact amount, but $50,000 isn't really that much. When actually, I'm gonna correct myself. Their apartment was $10,000 a month, and Obumseli paid the rent and living expenses at some point. But she said that she was paying it and it was her apartment. That's when she tried to kick him out. So I'm not really sure if he was paying it, she was paying it, but I know he started to run out of money because of their lifestyle, and she brought him into OnlyFans and they were having sex on camera and selling it. Right. And then they started getting jealous. You'll see.
Of control.
How old is he?
How old is he?
He's 27. He's about to turn 28 in like 2 weeks.
27 years old.
We have his birthday planned for Barcelona.
Come on, stay here. Come back.
Get the dog out, man.
Hey,
come here.
what's the dog's name?
Come here.
The other one. Ranger.
Ranger,
Over here. Ranger.
Hey, it's like his dad. So
Ranger, come here.
Okay, Ranger, let's go.
Ranger, come on, baby. Hey, it's like his dad. I'm not going in. I'm not going in.
No, doesn't matter. You stay right here.
Okay.
While officers inside raced to help Christian as they waited for emergency medical services to arrive, Courtney remained frenzied.
Guys, please tell me what's going on. I just want to make sure he's gonna be okay. Please, tell me what's going on. I'm looking you, I'm looking you in the eyes, girl. Please tell me if he's okay. Can I please stand up and see?
No, ma'am.
If it was your
No, ma'am.
I'm covered in his blood because I'm trying to save him.
I understand that.
I'm trying to save him.
I understand that.
And if I don't, and you can't, then what will I do with
All
him?
right.
I need him. He's like my other half.
Things might have been quieter inside the apartment, but the situation was growing more urgent by the second.
Hey, fire rescue to help you out. Relax, boss. Hey, you're bleeding a lot from here, man.
Just like the officer said, fire rescue arrived just seconds later and began working to stabilize.
Now, you guys got to remember, this is Miami Dade in a high rise. All right. Yeah, the parents were involved with the computer stuff. They got arrested for tampering with evidence, and then they were civilly sued by the Obumseli family. When I say $50,000 isn't that much, it really isn't that much when you're paying $10,000 a month for an apartment, and then who knows what their living expenses and travel expenses were. Also, $10,000 a month isn't even that much here in San Jose, because $6,000 a month for rental gets you a piece of crap. So Miami Dade, high rise, think about that. They're making these OnlyFans videos, etc. $50,000 is a drop in the bucket for the money that Christian was bringing in prior to her and what she was making. So at the time, it wasn't really much.
Christian enough that they could move him out of the apartment and into the ambulance waiting downstairs. a task that turned out to be easier said than done.
Hey, relax, man. Relax, boss. Relax.
Hey, Christian. Oh, Christian. Oh, come on, guys.
The EMS team was in for quite a surprise while assessing Christian.
We don't know what we have, but he has to go somewhere. But he started moving, so we don't know if.
Let me make some room for the stretch and all this stuff.
That's right. The first officers to respond had actually handcuffed Christian as well as Courtney, not knowing who the aggressor was. This would eventually become the main question of the investigation that followed.
Yeah, we get this stuff off. You know?
I mean, you have the key. I have the key, yeah, but I didn't want him fighting. So
we need to save him.
I understand that.
I cannot believe they put handcuffs on him. He was all the blood that she was covered in was from him. She was, when they got there, she was on the ground with him trying to cover it up, trying to get him to stop bleeding. Now, just because I don't want to give you guys bits and pieces and you guys are talking about the parents, right? Now, listen, Courtney Clenney's parents illegally accessed and tampered with evidence. Specifically, they hacked into Christian Obumseli's laptop after his death and were deleting things, they allege. Now, the unauthorized access came from Kim and Deborah. I says Kim, but maybe, I don't know. Kim and Deborah Clenney were charged with unauthorized access to a computer, which is a third-degree felony in Florida. They allegedly worked with Courtney to obtain PIN passwords and accessed without Obumseli's permission. Also, evidence tampering related to a murder investigation. All right. So what they found was they had gotten the PIN to unlock the laptop. They deleted stuff. They got into his personal things. And then they dropped the laptop off to Courtney's defense after they cleaned it up. So they ended up getting not much a charge. It doesn't say much. Evidence they were arrested, but it doesn't say much of what they paid or what they did. It just went into a civil lawsuit after that. So if anyone knows, let me know. Yeah, that was the very beginning of it. They went and got his computer and hacked into it, and they got arrested.
Both Courtney and Christian would be closely scrutinized in the hours to come. But for now, medical attention took priority. Christian was uncuffed and released into the custody of the paramedics. However, they ran into another, even larger issue almost immediately. Upon seeing what was happening with Christian, Courtney, who had been moved outside, launched into a fresh wave of hysteria.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Oh my God. Listen to me. Sit down. Sit down. Don't move from there. Why are you? You're not helping anymore. Everybody's here to help him out.
Damn, she's just being, just a blubbering idiot. Now, listen, the parents are very well-to-do. You don't get time on a third-degree felony. They dropped those charges ultimately. I think they actually did it just kind of as a show, like, hey, we're not playing around here. The charges were dropped, no conviction was made, and there was no sentencing. All right. But what did come out of it was them settling a lawsuit with Obumseli's family. They were briefly jailed and then released on bond on March 1st. They had a pretrial custody and there's no sentence. Final prison sentence, none, no probation, no punishment, no charges, no arrests, no bookings, no bond release, nothing. Just gone. All right? That's it. That's all. So maybe they did help her.
That was not a body bag, is it? No.
It was, in fact, a body bag, but not for the reason one might expect. The hall leading to the elevator was too small for a gurney, not to mention crowded with people and debris. The EMS workers were forced to improvise and fashioned a makeshift sling with the only item they had readily available. Only once they were out of the tight confines of the apartment were they able to get him onto a proper stretcher. With Christian being rushed to the hospital, the police were left with the only person who might be able to explain what on earth had happened in the apartment, the still distraught Courtney.
Listen, the detectives are coming. You're going to talk to them, and then you're going to explain yourself.
But I'm going to be covered in blood. I look crazy. I was holding him while he was spurting blood, trying to stop the blood.
I need you to be calm, okay, and explain to me exactly what happened.
I just feel like I'm going to throw up because I feel like he might die. I just need to know that he's okay.
He's at the hospital. We don't know yet.
Okay, there's no way I can be at the hospital.
Right now, no. We're conducting an investigation. Zero chance.
Why? Why is that? Why is that?
Yep.
Because we need you here.
We're doing an investigation. That's why.
We can all wash you, we can all.
Okay, I know, but please, like, you're making me like it's
Just-
like when I go in there, please just get my sweatpants.
Despite Courtney's pleas, the only sanctioned change to her wardrobe was the addition of a robe. When the detectives arrived, the officers were instructed to take Courtney to the police station for an in-depth conversation.
Can I say bye? Can I say bye to my dad? I'll be right back, boys. I'll be right back, okay? Give me here. I'll be right back.
Ranger, we out with him.
I'll be right back, dude. I'll be right back.
Her farewell to the dogs might have been emotional, but by the time she reached the Miami Dade police station, Courtney sounded far more collected and casual than one might expect.
Guys, I really don't think that she realized that she had the damage that was done to him. I really truly don't, only because they fought all the time. Like, if it was one of us, one of you that did that, we would be like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. But this is a typical thing. Hey, 100 PR rockin' princess. Good to see you guys. Come on in. We have 150 people in chat. I know it's not a lot, but we want to get to the goal or even halfway to the goal today. Come on, guys. We're going to be giving away some stuff today as well. I have pictures of those. I'll share it with you in a bit, just so you know. And of course, we got new stuff in the store, etc. But if you guys can help with the super chat, super sticker, or gifted membership, or get yourself a membership, that would be awesome, guys. Happy Friday. All right, let's continue. I'll show you the merch later on when we take a break. All right.
Fact.
Wow, this looks like the Dexter office. Look at that. Never been in something like that.
So this is
Oh, it's supposed to be Miami Police Department to make a joke.
Instead of replying, the officers escorted Courtney into an interrogation room to wait for the detectives.
I'm assuming I'm the blue chair.
Yes. Just do this one so I can take that off.
Oh, look, Mama Pearl's kicking it off.
Is there like a paper towel or tissue or anything?
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Thanks, Mama Pearl. You guys know that $1.99, 99 cents, $1, all of that helps go back to the channel. So thank you, Mama Pearl. Look at that. Mama Pearl started us off with $1.99. Hey, Smoky Mountain, good to see you. Absolute prayers for your husband. He just got home from the hospital. He's cancer free. Wow. Give him a big hug from all of us. Tell him we all send prayers and we're very happy for him. That's a huge thing to be cancer free. It's so scary, and I wish it didn't even exist.
I've been crying a lot.
When she was left alone, Courtney appeared to once again become deeply distressed.
Please, God, please, God, just let me. My dog, please. God, Christian, you okay?
Well, thank you.
Somebody needs to.
Yeah, we're gonna start talking soon now. I'm just getting everything set up.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be like, I'm just like, I just cannot believe the way my day went.
Yeah.
It's way worse. I just really want to get to the hospital.
Yeah. We'll talk to you
like
now.
I desperately want to get to the hospital.
Right. I mean, either way, so you don't rush, you still wouldn't be able to see him at this point, obviously.
You still what?
You wouldn't be able to see him at this point, so that way you don't have to, because you're still working, you're still taking care of him, it's a process. So I don't
I just want to be there when I can.
So, yeah, once we'll talk about that,
okay?
After receiving tissues and water, Courtney was alone again to continue her emotional ruminations.
Working. Please, God, don't take your shit completely.
See, she's over here doing her thing. She never breaks character once, and I don't want to not answer your question. So what I'm going to tell you is that the family won. They won their civil lawsuit. It was reached outside of the court, both of them. So they had a settlement against Miami High Rise 1 Prieto. That didn't go to trial. It was settled outside for a wrongful death. They also won the lawsuit against the parents, which also was outside of court, which they're not giving us a number. It was outstanding hospital bills and medical related liens. All right. Tara, angel mom of two, welcome.
We're not going to work out. Oh, God, let me talk to him again.
Oh, wait, I forgot to say thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. Oh, gee.
Let us both tell each other we're sorry.
After 15 minutes, she was joined by detectives who were eager to learn how on earth the bloody scene.
All right, so welcome in Tracy Smith. What she did, well, how do I sum that up after doing that for an hour? Courtney Clenney is charged with second-degree murder right now. She stabbed her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, once, and it went right in the heart where it counted. It went in 3 inches deep, and now she's in the interrogation room, and he's in the hospital. They're still trying to save him, guys, at this point, all right?
In the apartment came to be.
Welcome.
My apologies for being absolutely covered in blood.
Listen, you don't have to apologize, okay? I completely understand. All right? Things happen.
The update is she took a plea deal, Rockin' Princessa. She took a plea deal Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to hear a plea deal, and she's going to admit to something, some charge. So that's what it is. It's been going for 4 years. So if you guys just rolled in, I've just popped this up for a second. This happened April 3rd, 2022. Lots of things happened in between that. What we're watching on the camera right now is Courtney Clenney claiming self-defense. Then she's charged with murder. November 2022, violent incidents are revealed in court. 2 years later, surveillance videos released. That's what we're watching. And then in July, the plea began talks when she's sticking out her tongue in court and throwing kisses to her fans. Now, August 2026, she takes a plea deal. That's where we are. Thank you. Hey, welcome. You guys, please welcome Kay Cowles. She's new and she's part of the crime crew officially. Thank you. All right, no problem. I don't want anyone to be lost here. And you know how we do around here. We try to make sure that we're all on the same page. So as long as you guys are cool with me recapping every once in a while, then I will. Thank you, Kay Coles, and thank you, my OG friend. Happy birthday to all the Leos. All right.
You can't control this.
Courtney shared some basic info about herself and Christian, including the fact that his birthday was in just over a week. Once again, Courtney became emotional.
Just take a breather. I know this must be very rough for you right now.
No, we were supposed to go to the park with my dogs today. Like, I just did not how I explained this. Sorry.
How long have you guys been together?
About 2 years.
How long have you guys been together?
Since the first or second week of January. We moved here January this year, together from Austin.
Do you guys work here in Miami, or do you guys have your own business?
I do social media, so I'm an influencer, I guess that's what call us, yes, an influencer. And he does stocks and crypto.
In addition, Christian sometimes helped Courtney create content for her Instagram and OnlyFans accounts. In the interrogation room, Courtney quickly succumbed to her emotions again as she described her future plans with Christian.
We have the dog picked out.
But guys, if you know the term ingratiation, it's ingratiation at its finest here. She's straight up playing that I'm a victim role, but also, in my opinion, while flirting with these detectives. All right. I don't think she thinks at this point, none of us know that Christian has passed away yet. All right. Need a puff, 91 degrees, no wind, heat wave. Wow. All right. Welcome in, Kay Cowles. All right. Ingratiation. Remember that word.
It's a golden retriever. We're going to name Mello. So we're going to get a house. We're going to have a backyard. Because I have 2 dogs and then we're going to have 3. So we're planning on staying here for a while. I just hope we get the opportunity to do that.
Once again, Courtney composed herself and returned to the matter at hand.
Thank you guys for giving me water and fish. Is he okay?
He's still at the hospital. They're still, monitoring him and talking to him. So we're waiting.
Oh my God! So he didn't even have to have surgery.
Well, I don't know. They're still doing X-rays and stuff like that. So I don't know yet. I'm waiting to hear a response.
That's all I have to know. Thank God.
Courtney sounded relieved, but in reality, Christian was far from being out of the woods. Only time would tell if he would survive his grievous wound.
Once we're done, I'll go talk to them again and see what.
See, it was one stab, so I don't think she understood at that time. Remember, she was high as a kite on many substances. That's why after this, she went to Hawaii and paid for a rehab so that if she did get arrested, she wouldn't be withdrawing in jail. All right. And Sadie's mama, I hope that you're not having too much trouble. I don't think anyone is. I mean, maybe my mom tested it, Nikki, Kay Cowles, and I gifted a membership. So hopefully not, but we'll be here for a while.
What's the update? Okay.
Hopefully I'm over freaking out and like I'll be able to see him or whatever.
Does he have any family?
He does. He has his mom and grandma. He's closest to.
Mom and grandma?
Mm-hmm.
We're here in Miami, or
they live in Dallas. I think his grandma may still be in Nigeria because they visit a lot, but I think that they're back in touch.
Okay.
He has a brother that lives in I think Houston. I don't know where his sister lives.
Do you happen to know off the top of your head their phone number, or?
None of theirs, no.
Okay. What's his mom's name?
You know, he told me. I'm terrible. I really
It's like I'm remembering.
And I met her multiple times. I've been to her house, and I still can tell you.
Guys, shout out to Kel. Thank you, Kel. Kel's an awesome mod. She's here every day early, and she's here every day. Thank you. And it looks like the super chats are working, so come on in. And Suzanne Fox, yes, she took a plea deal. We don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. We talked about what it's going to be. At the very beginning, Mark Garagos was in there talking to News Nation. She was originally being charged with second-degree murder, and now with a plea deal, it sounds like she's getting a deal of a lifetime here. She's been in there for over 4 years. She's absolutely going to get time served in the sentence, but we don't know if she's going to get time served and walk away with that. All right. So we'll see what happens. Nigeria, what? What about Nigeria? They said that he was Nigerian. Is that what we're talking about? Christian Obumseli said Nigerian. He's a Nigerian American, if that's what you're talking about.
Pretty bad.
I mean, how many times have you seen him?
I think 4 times. So I got a chance to talk to Christian today.
To who?
Christian.
Who's Christian? Oh.
The victim.
They haven't told me anything.
I don't know if I'm the victim. No, he's definitely the victim. What'd you say?
Courtney then launched into her story of the lead up to the argument.
We had just gotten back together. I had broken up with him, and then he came back the last 2 nights, and everything was perfect.
It was perfect.
And then started into an argument, and I ended up getting scared, and I think that I overreacted. Or not overreacted necessarily, but reacted, and I just
reacted.
Didn't know exactly what might happen before anything happened. We were going to walk the dogs down to this park over by the Paramount.
Ingratiation. Look at that, guys. Do you see what I mean? Her batting her eyes, and let me show you something for a little bit more context. Okay, here's a little more context for you. A month before, guys, 1 month before. She told him, I want to effing kill you. And she got arrested again. Check this out. This is what happened the entire relationship. And especially
becoming a murder suspect.
You'll get to see a judge and they'll walk you through the process.
There was this trouble well away from Miami.
Courtney Clenney.
It's July 27th of 2021 in Las Vegas. Courtney Clenney is being arrested by police, accused of attacking her then boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. He's in tears upon learning Vegas cops will arrest Clenney for throwing a glass at him earlier in the night inside this messy hotel room, where cops later combed for clues. The couple had argued while on vacation before it got physical, and Clenney ended up in custody of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and jailed for domestic battery.
Has she ever tried to kill you?
This body camera footage obtained exclusively by 7 News.
Okay.
The video, part of the prosecution's collection of evidence, ahead of a scheduled hearing Tuesday in Miami Dade court. But there's another, more recent clip, provided only to 7. It's a March 5th recording of Clenney, taken by Obumseli, almost exactly a month before she fatally stabbed him in their Miami condo. Prosecutors say it shows Clenney had homicidal ideas regarding her boyfriend when she said this.
I'm actually not having a good day, where I actually literally want to kill you, but you don't take me seriously.
So do you guys hear that? There's recordings that came out in between these times. Cheers. I'll tell the wifey. She's not even home. She's in Napa, probably drinking a Corona while I'm at home. Anyway, ingratiation, guys, is what she's doing in that interrogation. All right. Liars sometimes use excessive friendliness as a tactic to divert suspicion. If an individual becomes unusually polite when a sensitive topic is brought up or unexpected situations like emergencies or stabbings, this behavior could be an attempt to deflect attention and avoid scrutiny. That's what she was doing. All right. Let's continue. I just want to give you some context to the relationship months in or months prior to the death. Yep.
On April 3rd of this year,
He
Obumseli was
recorded it.
stabbed by Clenney before he died at Jackson later that night. Clenney's been in jail since August awaiting trial.
She was in a struggle for her life.
She's been in jail since August of 2022. All right, newbie, sweet face. Just finished watching replay of your Perez Hilton and loved it. Hit the subscribe button. It sent me here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, sweet face. Welcome. Make sure you got all notifications and come visit us. All right. You see my schedule down there, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Everybody, welcome, sweet face. All right. That was actually a recording from Christian Obumseli. He was secretly recording her, and those recordings came out after his death. Right? So that's what happened there. And yes, she said, I effing want to kill you.
Herself, he came at her.
I want a restraining order against Christian Obumseli.
Her lawyers say she stabbed her boyfriend in self-defense and had been abused and stalked by Obumseli prior to his death. The state says she's been the violent abuser whose behavior was building toward that of a murderer.
Just watch your head, watch your step.
They say documented events like this one support that theory. Tuesday afternoon, the OnlyFans model turned accused murderer will be in court. Tomorrow's Arthur hearing will be about whether Clenney is to get bond. She is charged with
No bond. Videos came out, secret recordings, and she is staying in. Never once has she been let out since she's been arrested. All right, let's go. Secret recordings. Man secretly records moments leading up to his death.
Which has like the beach volleyball and basketball court and all that. We're gonna walk over there and let my dog Ranger play soccer. That was my plan for the day.
At this point, the detectives finally hit pause and made Courtney aware of her rights.
Would I be able to talk to my father? Because he's pretty much acts as my attorney with, like, I mean, not like for stuff like this. Obviously, I've never been in this kind of situation.
Is he an attorney?
No. He's just.
Well, we'll give you time.
Wouldn't know what to do.
If you were under 18, then yeah, I would provide you a phone call to your father. But you're over 18, so.
I don't feel like it. Like, I mean, I was sitting there in a freaking puddle of my boyfriend's blood, begging him to, like, please not, like, give up on me. Like, man, like, just serious. My boyfriend is not dead, is he?
Well, he can't talk to us right now. Either way, he's in the hospital.
I don't want to go shit at all.
My boyfriend's not dead, is he?
Am I going to be able to do that?
So far right now, I can't give you an answer. Okay, we just have to go through everything. Because remember, this just happened.
After a bit more consideration, Courtney decided to go ahead with the conversation. The bloody tale she was about to tell was shocking, but the most horrendous details would come from some unexpected additional sources.
You guys have a history of domestic violence?
Yeah.
How many incidents you think you've had?
I don't know. But we shouldn't be together.
We say one or two, or just too many to.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I haven't touched my ankle. It's like, what? Like, I just want to take a shower, God. Okay. No. We can.
I'll give you a text.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but.
No. You keep him.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but is my boyfriend dead and will I be charged? Welcome, everybody, and thank you for the membership. I appreciate it so much. Kel, Kel gifted a membership. If you receive that membership, come say hello. I think that Kay Cowles might have gotten the membership. Hey, Tiffany, how you doing? Good to see you. Innocent people don't destroy evidence. Yeah, they didn't have enough to destroy all the evidence. And guys, this was back in 2022. So it's crazy to look back. So you look at 2022, her interrogation. Now fast forward to her last hearing date, and this is her in court after being jailed for over 3.5 years. This was her pre-trial detention to move forward with the trial, and this is how she. Sorry, I don't know why the music's so loud, but let me just put that on for a second so you can see. It's like she didn't learn anything, did she? She's remorseful, right? There she is right before this, right before a plea deal. This was when she was going to trial. Look at her. She's sitting there like, oh, I'm going to go to trial. And she's kissing, and all the networks pick that up, of course, right? So she's going to come out and be popular, more popular than she ever was before. And that sucks, right? Look at the Gypsy Rose freaking thing. Ugh, I hate it.
This is absolutely the most insane that I think I've ever been involved in.
I think anybody that
No,
goes through this
without
would
a
be
doubt.
just insane.
After allowing her to dab away some of the blood on her leg, the detectives gently steered Courtney back to the original question.
Have you made a report before?
No.
You've never made a report?
Oh, I did in Dallas actually about a year ago. And he was detained.
What happened there?
He had pushed me in the lobby, but it wasn't like a big deal, and they made it a huge deal. And he ended up getting taken to hospital or jail or something.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it was necessary, but yeah. He had been. And then also I had been arrested for that as well in Vegas in August. So he and I each had one.
Okay. What happened in Vegas?
The incident in question took place almost a year prior, on July 27th, 2021. Fortunately, the detectives didn't have to rely solely on Courtney's recollection, as the entire call had been captured on body cam. Back in July, when the police officer arrived at the hotel where Courtney and Christian stayed, the pair had already been detained by security.
So, Chris, why am I here today? Tell me what's going on.
We're having a great day. And we're supposed to go to dinner like 8:30. She goes to sleep. I wake up at 5. Morning on the couch, she asks me to go to the bed 3 times, which I did. And he called security.
That's
there's no reason to be here at all.
So, obviously, you're here because she called security. What were you guys arguing about?
All right, just quickly, this guy, say a prayer for Christian Obumseli, guys. He is a baby. He died at 27 years old. I don't think anything that I've seen him do, even when he's trying to just stop her, was anything close to her aggressiveness. And I've seen this in person before. You got this entitled white woman, and you've got this black man that's, has as much clout as her, has money. He's not living off of her. Just treat him like a dog that you throw outside. Unbelievable. And by the way, Rocket Princessa, you can if you want to donate to the channel, you can hit there's a little button on YouTube right there, a little plus button or $sign. If you click on the $sign, you can super chat or you can give a membership. All right. Otherwise, you can also go down below and you could see you could do PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. All right. Any of those will help. So hopefully that helps you. All right, let's go.
Started what's called. She asked me to go to bed. I was like, no, I don't need to bed. She's like disappointed. It's like we didn't do anything.
How this disappointment over missing dinner had escalated to an altercation worthy of police intervention remained unclear. But what Christian said next proved that the situation was even more serious than the officer likely suspected.
Did anybody hit, punch, spit each other?
It was. They had my bottom on my face.
When the officer went next door to talk to Courtney, however, she said that wasn't the case.
Things got blown out of proportion.
Which one?
Like to the max. We were going back and forth, like getting really loud. And I decided to call because we were getting really loud. It wasn't because I was scared or anything. It wouldn't hurt me. But I felt that we were either going to get kicked out or wake people up or something because it was just like escalating.
Okay.
And I thought it was going to disturb everybody, so I felt the need to have him removed from the.
Did you throw something?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Did anybody throw anything?
No.
Christian's statement had once again suggested otherwise.
What triggered her to throw in the glass at you?
I think it's my tone. She tells me to work on a couple things, like my tone, facial expressions.
And after she threw the glass at you, did you punch her, hit her, pull her hair, spit on her, anything like that? So what do you do?
One thing I'm like, babe, stop. I was like, babe, stop it. I just don't want her to get in trouble like a little person much, you know.
When he talked with Courtney, the officer had pressed her harder about throwing the glass.
Okay, so when I go to the room and I see a broken glass on the floor, where did the glass come from?
I don't know. I literally couldn't even remember.
Again, remember this whole case is about her saying that she threw a knife to get away from him and it went into his chest and ultimately killed him. And yes, thank you, Mama Sage. Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo doesn't take 30%. YouTube takes 30%. So if you give me $10, they take 3 and I get, right? They take 3 and I get 7. That's basically it. Hey, Panda Ann, good to see you. And it's so good to have Foxy in here. What was the word again, Jay, about her? It's ingratiation. Ingratiation is what she does the entire time in the interrogation/interview. Hey, proud mom. Welcome.
How the fight started.
Sure enough, when the officer looked around the couple's bedroom, there had been shards of broken glass amongst the mess. Based on this discovery, things hadn't looked good for Courtney.
Did you remember throwing the glass?
No, I don't. But that sounds like me. Like I'm so foggy. I've had hardly any sleep. Like I'm not like drunk even. I just really like not functioning. If that makes sense.
No, not really.
Not really. He said, no, not really. Look at her.
Did you throw a bottle at him or a glass at him? You say you've done it
yes,
before.
yes. I know that he didn't do it. Just been throwing things in my.
Okay, once again, do you think you did it or you did it?
I did.
This admission had changed the situation drastically, which the officer had explained to Christian as he escorted him into the hall.
I'm going to try to make it as short as I can. I don't want to give you a long speech here, okay? There's a lot of things that we have discretion with, and there's a lot of things that we don't. This is one of them. You guys are in a relationship. She threw a glass at you. The glass is there. She admitted throwing the glass. When that happens, I have to make an arrest. I can't tell the judge. Let me finish. He doesn't have any prize for that. I don't think there's going to be any issue. However, the state here puts anyone that is a suspect on battery of domestic violence on a 12-hour hold. I can't let.
Oh, he didn't even want to get her arrested. This was a month prior to his death. Guys, she was older than him. He was 27 and she had just turned 30, I believe. They're about 3 years apart. And you know how males and females are, right? Females at a certain age will progress more and males need that kind of guidance. That she definitely wasn't giving that to him. He did not want to arrest her there. Man, that sucks. He is very handsome. He was on his way to being successful. He was doing crypto trading. He's got a good family. He had a good family.
Hey, no, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is what the law says I have to do.
The hotel staff had said they would allow Christian to collect his belongings from the room upstairs, but after that, he would no longer be welcome on the property. While security guards attempted to convince him to go get his things, the officer had gone back into the office to break the news to Courtney. As soon as she heard she was about to be arrested, her story began to change.
All right, Courtney, this is the deal. So, the investigation showed that you threw a glass at him, and that in this state is considered battery. And since you two are in a relationship, that is considered battery of domestic violence. It's a mandatory arrest.
Okay, there's a lot that I didn't say because I didn't want him to get in trouble. Like grabbing him, pushing me down.
Anything else that you tell me, I'll be happy to put it on the report. But at this point, you're going to be transported, okay?
May I at least get a hug from my boyfriend before?
He's already gone.
Christian wasn't actually gone. He'd refused to walk away from the security office to remove his things from the room, and ultimately, hotel security had made.
But do you see why the parents were able to sue? The parents were able to sue not only the high rise, but her family as well, because this shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have, especially the night before. She's like, hey, I need a restraining order. I think he needed a restraining order on her, but either way, she looks high AF and flirty. I'm surprised she's not like, hey, you want to see my tits? Give me less time. Yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but still, regardless, that's why they were able to successfully win the lawsuit, and they settled it out of court because they knew they were in the wrong. But yes, when we watch something like this, it's a good thing to watch and get something out of it. Like, hey, if you see this or see something, say something, do something. If you know a couple like this, or you see people that act like this, you have friends, you know somebody, see something, say something, try to do something.
The decision to remove him.
There's a lot that happened. I don't want to bring up.
Let me explain to you. Calm down for a second.
I haven't brushed my teeth. I need to shower. I have a UTI.
Let me explain to you how this is going to work.
Despite her pleas, the officer wasn't budging. That hadn't seemed to dissuade Courtney from continuing her efforts, though.
Can I just walk peacefully out with you, please? I really don't.
Go ahead and stand up. Face the wall.
I need to go number 2.
Courtney had been assured that she would be able to use the bathroom at the jail and was escorted to the transport vehicle waiting outside. Even though this fight ended in an arrest, this would pale in comparison to the events yet to come. This run-in with the law hadn't been enough to dissuade the couple from further altercations.
This is domestic violence, domestic battery is what it was. So yeah, she absolutely had a prior domestic battery arrest involving Christian Obumseli, and that's right there, Vegas 2021. All right, this is the whole incident where you see her talking about throwing a glass at his head. She admitted she threw other items before, and security reported to law enforcement that she was the aggressor. So she was arrested and charged with domestic battery. Guys, the charges was later dropped by the DA, and the incident that occurred with him losing his life, her taking his life, was 9 months. That particular incident was 9 months prior to his fatal stabbing. All right, so there was a lot of things that he got. Clenney told police that he had grabbed her by the hair and pressed on her neck first, and so she called hotel security. It was all hyper. But yes, there was a pattern of violent incidences between the couple that led up to his 2022 death. It was mutually toxic. I wish he would have got out of it.
From continuing her efforts, though.
Can I just walk peacefully out with you, please? I really don't.
Go ahead and stand up. Face the wall.
I need to go number 2.
Courtney had been assured that she would be able to use the bathroom at the jail and was escorted to the transport vehicle waiting outside. Even though this fight ended in an arrest, this would pale in comparison.
Yeah, we have 130 people in chat. Hit the like button. Did you forget to? Does she OnlyFans? LOL, honestly expecting anything classy? No, not at all. But I think it's hella funny that she said straight up, like, I gotta take a deuce. I think she wanted to go, take a little bit of, do a little bump in the bathroom, probably. Who knows? Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll let you know for sure. Let's continue. Every time I stop this, I look at the screen and there's her blowing kisses and smiling.
To the events yet to come. This run-in with the law hadn't been enough to dissuade the couple from further altercations. As the police now investigated Christian's severe injury in April, they searched Courtney's phone and came across a collection of appalling evidence with the potential to change the entire case. First, they found that Courtney had been keeping notes to herself about her altercations with Christian, revealing some truly heinous conduct. Do not physically hurt him, she wrote in November, almost 5 months before Christian's hospitalization. Stop spitting, period. Courtney further commented that she was just abusive and coming close to really hurting him. Shocking as this may be, it was just the tip of the iceberg when it came to digital evidence of the couple's toxic dynamic. Back in the interrogation room, the police sought more details from Courtney about the couple's history of conflict.
How many times has the police been called to your apartment? Or you called to the police since January?
Okay. Police have been called
once because I called them because my boyfriend was threatening.
Why was he threatening?
I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but he was he had taken a knife. He grabbed it in front of my face, and then I got scared, and he was kind of waving it at me, but it wasn't for me. And then he took it into the extra room and slammed the door. So I got really scared that he was doing something in there that I couldn't control. So I called the cops. And he wasn't very happy with me about that.
Earlier, just after Christian was found bleeding and unresponsive, the apartment building manager had confirmed that police had responded to multiple recent calls about Courtney and Christian.
Police has came 5 times. She went to police 5 different times. They were punching each other 5 different times. And until this day, this man, he's unconscious, full of blood. I have pictures here.
Significantly, the building manager wasn't the only one to attest to Courtney and Christian's history of violence. Shortly after Christian was whisked away in an ambulance, a man who lived across the street approached one of the officers to share more disturbing information.
We're on the 21st floor, they're on the 22nd. And see him, my girl saw too, in that bedroom that's facing out to the street. Bam.
Punching her?
Oh yeah, hitting her. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm like, babe, look. He saw us looking, blinds go straight down. All week we've been seeing cops come to this building. You know, we're a victim.
I'd actually love to see Ronda Rousey just knock her out, wouldn't you? Right? Ronda Rousey would just, you guys see that last fight with Rousey and what was the other one's name? Was it Gina? 30 seconds, she was knocked out. Or actually, she did the arm, her famous move. If anyone watches that, the MMA or Ronda Rousey are following that, oh my God. Carabo, yes, that was insane. Carano, yes, I was all ready. I got my popcorn out, sat there, and it was over. Done. One, yes, Rousey and Carano. Oh my God. They trained for like 2 years and it was over in like 30 seconds. Wild. All right, let's continue.
Community here, so we're kind of like, what's going on? And then today, I see you guys are all up there. I'm like, I gotta go say something.
While going through the couple's text message history, the police found evidence that things were even worse between Courtney and Christian than the witnesses knew. For example, they found an apology from Courtney dated February 5th, 2 months before Christian's life-threatening injury that read, "You deserved better treatment in the days following, and when I cut you, I absolutely hate myself for what I did to you." However, they were fighting again almost immediately. Courtney didn't seem to know, but Christian had been secretly recording some of their more serious fights. This one took place on February 8th, just 3 days after Courtney apologized for cutting him, proving just how incredibly volatile their relationship had been.
Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me. Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting me.
I am mad that you told me to come.
Decide right now.
Courtney, that's a threat. I asked you so many times that I don't know, and I apologize, but you hit me.
Don't.
No physical violence was depicted in Christian's video, but security footage from the apartment building told another story. Days later, on February 21st, police found this security video of an extended physical altercation between the couple. Unfortunately, the security footage didn't have audio capacity, and the reason for the argument remains unknown. Even without sound, though, it was easy to tell that things were already spiraling out of control between Courtney and Christian. The investigation would show that this sort of behavior was even more pervasive than anyone yet suspected.
And what do you guys usually argue about? Or is it always a different issue?
I think they did too many drugs, man.
Do you mind telling us about those arguments or no?
I don't think there's a point. I cannot remember everything, so I don't want to remember part of it.
Would you say it's jealousy related?
For sure, for some of it, yeah.
Another argument, recorded a month later on March 5th by one of Courtney and Christian's friends, was clearly based on jealousy. This altercation was even more aggressive than the one in February.
No, like I was sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you. Like you're hindering my progress. Do you see how instigative he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her yesterday when I.
You did. I didn't say you touched it.
You said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as. You were flirting with like 3 girls.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, I didn't know you matter.
You are the most
good.
I ever met in my life.
You are.
You corny.
You too. Get the out of here. This isn't even my house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. Like you're just like my boyfriend. Get out of here.
Just like your
I can actually get like down if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next
Get out. No, that's not even the next time.
time. Stop
Get
touching
out.
me. Don't touch me again.
Good thing, get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. For real. I never want to see you again.
And yet, there were still worse incidents the police would soon unearth.
Have you ever put his hand on you before? How many times would take a guess in the 2 years you've been through?
Yeah, maybe like 10 times. I remember there was a time when he hit me really hard in the head and I was going to discombobulate, but I can't even remember when it was. It might have just been like when we were drunk, but I know it happened, so I'll just leave that out because I can't give you exact facts.
Okay.
And I don't want to lie about anything. The last time was in Tulum.
Trust me, Rockin' Presenta, I got a son that's 26 years old, and I know it's very hard to have a male child and see them being with somebody that's nasty like that. And there's nothing you can do until they're ready to do it, right? Because they're adults. Let this be a lesson.
Grabbed me by my hair or something. We were both drinking. But there was a bench in front of our bed. And he threw me against the bench and I hit the bench. I hit at the bench. And I fell on the floor. There was another time my mom was on the phone. He threw me into the wall in the bathroom. But, I mean, I am certainly a crazy person too. So there was that one. But the cops have been up there one other time yesterday for.
There you go, my brother too.
Absolutely nuts.
The police's visit to Courtney's apartment the night before Christian was discovered in critical condition had been recorded on body cam. This situation, too, appeared to have been more complicated than she was letting on.
Chief Carlebov?
Yeah. We had a domestic dispute.
Okay.
Can you please let me into my apartment? Please?
Okay.
Yes. I have
Speaking. Hold on. What's going on?
Okay.
Where's your apartment? You have a key?
We have.
You don't need to talk to me. What's going on?
Lying about.
Where's your key?
Courtney explained that she was locked out during the course of an argument with her boyfriend Christian. The building security manager explained how things went from bad to worse when Courtney came to the lobby to retrieve the spare key. This incident was eerily similar to a horrendous exchange that police uncovered between Christian and Courtney from months earlier. On October 9th, 2021, 6 months before Christian was found in critical condition, he messaged Courtney the following. The crazy thing about this is that yesterday when you stabbed me in the leg and you saw how bad it was hurting me, and I couldn't walk, I couldn't do, and you were telling me I wish I could take your pain away. Did I make you feel like for stabbing me? No, I just sucked it up and hope tomorrow will be better. That's right.
This sucks. So everything after the arrest, after his death, that it came out. And I gotta tell you, thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that. Didn't expect that. You're my favorite. Much love from Vermont. Thank you. Yeah, drinking and drugging doesn't mix. And when you have a bunch of money at your disposal, also they were making sex videos together, which was causing jealousy between both of them. They were both being jealous. There's recordings from both sides. And at this point, this is absolutely domestic violence, guys. All right. What happened was domestic violence that led up to more domestic violence, which ultimately took Christian Obumseli's life. Now, listen, you guys want to know what led up to the plea deal? We're speculating about it. I really do think that she's going to get less time than originally even thought of, because it's pretty legally messy. At the preliminary hearing, new evidence had come in from both sides, right? They're coming in, they're reading it, and the prosecutors didn't want to risk losing at trial. So they took that self-defense and battered spouse syndrome argument with the text messages that we're seeing, the incidents, the injuries, and the prior incidents. And it says a jury could have returned a manslaughter or an acquittal, which is weird because she was supposed to be. So listen, you guys hear that right now. She was convicted. She was convicted of second-degree murder. But the plea that she's likely to take on Monday is going to get her a manslaughter or even an acquittal. All right. Years. Now, this is a strategy. I keep telling you guys, this. When you see these trials that are delayed, Brian Koberger. Oh, yeah, I was stargazing. I was doing this. I was doing that. Let's delay. It's a strategy, guys. So the years of delay caused a lot of these problems, and the allegations of prosecutorial, I can't even say it, prosecutors' misconduct, guys. So this is going to be in her favor. They're alleging that she's alleging, and her team, that the prosecutors did misconduct by destroying evidence and concealing it. That would help her. Also, the lead prosecutor, guys, I don't know if you knew this, the lead prosecutor had to step down after the dispute of seizing a laptop. Then the computer crimes. We know about the computer crime charges against Clenney and her parents. Those were dismissed. All right. It weakened the state's leverage and evidence when that happened. I want you to realize that. These issues made the case what they call increasingly unstable, and they don't want to lose. So Clenney's still claiming self-defense. She says she threw that knife. The medical examiner says the wound is inconsistent with her story. We looked at that, right? We looked at them throwing it. Both sides, guys, both sides, and I'm showing you this today, have evidence of toxic, mutually violent relationship with many interpretations. Civil lawsuits done, settled, moved on, and the trial was repeatedly pushed back for over 4 years. No bond. Prosecutors do not want to risk her getting acquitted, and there we go. So manslaughter or acquittal is what she's looking at on Monday, guys. All right, so there you go. And thank you so very much, Kristen. Once again, let me continue.
Right. Courtney had apparently stabbed Christian before. Unfortunately, no police report was ever made, and the violence only escalated from there until Christian was found now on the verge of death. Back at the apartment building the night before, police found Christian with harrowing wounds. The building security manager told police what he'd witnessed.
Our boyfriend comes charging towards her, and we actually try to get in the middle of it. The boyfriend actually came after her and was walking towards there, and then I just said, enough is enough. Police need to be called. She said she don't want police to be called. But when it's in a common area, something happened like that, our safety is the residents first.
Further investigation into the text messages surrounding the stabbing from 6 months earlier revealed that Courtney never responded to Christian's message. The next day, he sent another, indicating that yet another physical altercation had taken place. He wrote, "Hey, I'm sorry. If it's okay, can I come back up? I know you said 5 minutes, but I've been in the restroom. My nose is bleeding and the back of my head hurts, like really hurts. I'd decay if it was your hand or the phone, but I'm really dizzy." This time, Courtney responded and told Christian, "I'm putting your stuff up. You can come get it when I say you can. Go to first aid." The rest of the conversation would reveal a whole new level of cruelty.
She's
Back
evil.
on the night before Christian's hospitalization, Courtney was determined to share her version of the story after hearing what the building manager reported.
You're very welcome, Jen. I'm so glad that you said that, and I'm glad that you guys are here. We have 123 people in chat, and I know that this is coming up Monday, and I've been seeing others cover the pre-trial stuff, and frankly, it just bored me to death, guys. I tried to watch some of the court, the preliminary stuff that got to this, and I just couldn't. Again, squirrel! Anything distracts me, and I'm like, I gotta keep it moving. That's why this show is so here, next. I can't sit there and just be like, oh. So you're very welcome. I hope you guys get a lot out of this episode from today and know exactly what's coming on Monday. Hey, Edie, hello to Honduras. All right. Now, listen, you guys asked me what I think she's going to get. The exact number of years, I'm not quite sure of. We'll find out on August 10th. However, if the plea deal does go through and it goes from second degree, which carries a maximum of life in prison. If they drop that second degree murder and they reduce it to manslaughter, guys, she's facing as low as 7 to 10 years with time served. Okay, the defendant has no prior felony record, and the relationship is mutually violent, and they can prove that. Also, guys, the victim's family also agrees to the plea deal. The Obumselis agree. Now, her typical charge for this type of felony is 5 to 10 years, and often it includes time served. She's been in there for 4 years. So if they were to have capped the sentence and said, okay, we're going to give you second degree, we're looking at 15 to 25 years, that's not it. That is not it. So 7 to 10 years with maybe either manslaughter or aggravated battery. So that's why I'm telling you, like, I didn't just do clickbait and say, well, let me see, could she walk free? She could walk free. If they take her time served towards her sentence of 7 years, guys, she's getting out in a couple of months. All right. That's what's happening here. That's it. That's why I'm preparing you guys. And also for those that don't know this case, or if you've been following it the whole time, it's like a side swipe.
What else do you need?
I was told I was going to get a chance to speak.
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on?
Are you gonna listen?
We're listening. Go ahead.
Okay, did you hear all this?
The person on the other end of the phone call was Courtney's father, who remained on the line for the duration of the police's visit. During the similar conflict 6 months earlier, Christian had continued to plead with Courtney to let him back into the apartment, revealing even more disturbing information in the process. A few minutes after Courtney told him to go to first aid, he wrote, "Can you please let me in and help me, please? I can't keep walking up and down when my leg hurts. Come on." Courtney did not appear to have let Christian inside. He contacted her again, saying, "You hit me in the face with a phone, then continue to hit the back of my head with the phone. Now I have a lump. I'm bleeding, throwing up. I think I got a mild concussion and have anxiety. I slept in the restroom for 2 hours and I'm just lost beyond words." Finally, Courtney apologized to Christian. "I'm sorry for hitting you in the face and the back of your head and spitting on you. Is it right? No. You just pissed me the off, but I still love you." All this and more would come to light as the investigation continued, including the couple's apparent history of substance use. However, this was only the beginning, as there was still more appalling evidence of the couple's violent relationship.
3-day
Back on
bender.
the night before Christian was found fighting for his life, Courtney was determined to make the police listen to her.
Why do you have something against me, man? Like, I'm sure.
What has anything against you?
It seems like you don't like me.
The officer Courtney had argued with stepped aside to talk to the security manager. When talking with him and several other employees, the officer learned that Courtney and Christian were actually in the process of being evicted for not paying rent. Courtney didn't mention this in conversation with the other two police officers.
Of course not.
It probably didn't help their situation that allegedly residents as far as 2 floors above and below Courtney and Christian's apartment could hear them yelling at each other and reported the disturbances.
What do you need?
Okay, can you seriously?
What?
My boyfriend. Hey, Mom. If he doesn't pay any rent, I don't care. I'll hold it down. I broke up with him about a week ago. I had my mom fly out to me. She stayed with me for a week.
It's like she's on a coke bender right there. And I know that they were doing that when they showed other pictures coming up. It was pills, blow, and alcohol, right? And that's real. It causes paranoia that you're staying up for days. We saw it in a 3-day bender. Even Christian Obumseli wasn't in his own right mind, or he would have left. He would have left and not came back after getting hit in the head and being in the bathroom for hours, and her treating him like just a dog that you throw outside, guys. Not okay, not good. But regardless, there's a lot of back and forths, and that's what was going to be presented in the trial. And I believe the family didn't want that.
He tried to like get him out, and he kept sleeping in the elevator room inside of my like extra couch.
Courtney said that her mother had gone home that morning, after which things with Christian had taken a turn for the worst again.
I stayed in my apartment all day. I didn't take my dogs out for like 8 hours because I was afraid that when I came down here, I was going to beat him. But when I did come down, I walked my dogs and he was calling me. He wouldn't leave me alone. And then all of a sudden, like he flung me in the elevator and I said, "Don't fall." This guy said, "I shoved her." When I was upstairs and then they shut the door, I said, I said, "Show me the video." Like I really got angry because that did not happen.
Recent text messages between the couple indicated that they'd been arguing almost constantly since April 1st, 2 days before police found Christian in a critical state. After ignoring messages from Christian in which he apologized for entering the apartment before her mom left and begged to have a direct conversation, Courtney informed him, "You're like talking to a bag of rocks."
That's
How this insult led to a knife wound remained to be seen. The night before the stabbing, Courtney continued to plead her case to the officers on scene.
I am right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but like right now I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I was scared to go downstairs to let my dogs. I just walked in and I told him, you don't have a chance. And now all of a sudden,
The fact that she even said this and it made it into court as evidence shows her side of the self-defense. And that's a problem because, I mean, she could literally just be lying right here and fake crying, which, by the way, I don't really see her makeup smeared or any of that.
this is all happening.
All right. So what do you want us to do?
I want a restraining order against Christian Obumseli.
Additionally, Courtney and the security manager had found some common ground when the police asked what they wanted to see happen. Both had requested that Christian be removed from the property for trespassing. However, just like every other aspect of this case, things had not been that simple.
Does he have property in the room, in the apartment with you? A lot of property, he said. He's been with you here for about 2 months, right? Let me let you know something. He lives here. That person lives in that apartment with you. Okay, we cannot trespass anybody that lives in this place.
The police escorted Courtney back to her apartment and did a walkthrough of the complex, but didn't find Christian. He was clearly around, however, because when Courtney gave police consent to search her phone, records showed that he texted Courtney saying, "Courtney, please, I was downstairs and they're trying to get me for trespassing. Help, please." Though he sent countless messages begging her to help him or talk to him, her only response was, "You never loved me." The police never did.
Guys, the fights that they had were absolutely ridiculous, okay? Some of the fights that were had was, oh, he went for a jog and he saw one of her friends and he said hello. Like, literally just went by and said hi. Like, everything he did, she was suspicious of, paranoid. She treated him terrible. Do you see those messages? I know. That's why I said, like a dog, somebody just treats like shit. The ones that end up in the shelters that are almost not alive anymore. No, we don't know about any PTSD issues. She does talk about that. And her being an OnlyFans model, she could have been somewhere. She could have been doing something, filming for somebody where they have, abused her in that manner. We don't really know, but whatever she was taking, mix that with uppers, downers, and alcohol, and you get paranoia and fighting. All right.
Catch up with Christian, and since there was no ongoing violence, the officers departed. They had no idea they would be back in fewer than 24 hours after the bloody culmination of the couple's fight. In the interrogation room, Courtney explained how their interactions had continued after the police left the...
Well, listen, Rockin' Presenza, I'm only 4'11" as well. 5 feet with shoes, and I think I'd be all right. I don't want to ever go to jail or prison, but I would be all right. I'd find something. I bet CPSD or BPD. Yep, throwing out for days. He rode a bike to the subway to get her a sub in the location. Yeah, then he got you. Remember the fights too? Stupid fights.
Previous night.
I didn't want to talk to him. I really let him have it over the phone. Then I let him come back and spend the night. And then he explained the whole thing. And I was like, okay, you know what?
Really?
Let's agree. We will never touch each other again out of anger. And he will never gaslight me again. Those were the two main things.
Courtney stuck to her story that things had recently changed for the better between her and Christian. But this turned out to be little more than the eye of the storm.
Look at that.
Because less than 24 hours later, Christian would be in the hospital fighting for his life.
It looks
like he was happy to be back in the apartment. I was happy to have him back in the apartment because I missed him. And been waking up telling me, good morning, I love you, touching me. It's just, I felt very, very loved when I woke up this morning. That's why I'm so heartbroken. It's just why?
The couple appeared to have gotten along for a short few hours after the police left, but it didn't last long before violence erupted once again.
Like I said, a little bit blur. I was doing laundry.
Look, watching
a Christina Randall or listening to a Christina Randall video, and tried to call my mom. She didn't answer the first time. And then he came back with a Subway sandwich. Before he left, he recited exactly what I wanted. And I said, I'll text what I want to you. And he said, I know what you want. I said, no, you don't. You recited it to me before you left. And he got it perfectly right. He came back. And I said something about oh, are you going to reshare your location with me? Did you want to share it? And he said, yeah, I'm sure. And I was like, oh, when did you do that? And it was the other day, when you were done with me. And I was like,
okay, well, fair enough. Like, reshare it. And then he told, I mean, it kind of like turned into like a little like argument or something. And then he told me to reshare mine, and I was like, okay, yeah, I will. And then I didn't do it immediately. He asked me about it again. And I don't know what I was thinking, but just said something about, well, what if I'm somewhere you don't want to be?
Christian captured footage of this fight, too. Notably, the precipitating argument seemed to have gone a little differently than Courtney told the detectives.
Courtney, you're drunk right now, and like it's hard to talk to you right now.
Go get me alcohol.
Well, you already had alcohol.
Go get me alcohol. Go get it. Go get it.
It got even worse when investigators made yet another shocking discovery. 3 months earlier, on January 31st, Courtney texted Christian this heartless message. Hopefully this gives you time to think about your actions. Enjoy the hospital. A little while later, she checked in to ask, you keep up. How does it feel?
Dude, she's so mean. I don't even know how he continued with that. So mean, like just heartless. But I know where that's coming from. I mean, when you have an excess amount, and you could see this spiraling. I see Cynthia following this, she knowing the little details. This was collapsing. If you look at the apartment, they hadn't paid it for the last 2 months. There was stuff everywhere. I mean, it looked like tweakers were just living there, guys. This is not a Miami high-rise, $10,000 a month apartment. It looked like homeless people were living in there. And when you stop paying rent, you start going on benders and fighting the way they did, it was bound to end up like that. I think this was always going to happen. Yeah, domestic violence is real. She was the abuser, but he stayed, and it sucks that he stayed because he kept forgiving her, and nobody is going to sit there and say, oh, this black guy didn't do it to this white girl. You know what I mean? Ultimately, they just saw him. Yes, she is a toxic narcissist, but when law enforcement's there and she's lying, I'm scared. Guess who they believe? This entitled white bitch from OnlyFans.
It's unclear what sort of altercation led to Christian's hospitalization, but further messages showed Courtney daring him to tell hospital staff what had happened. Instead, Christian said he would explain his injuries away as a football accident. Even this, though, was just a precursor of the horrors to come. More of Christian's recordings revealed how bad things got in the lead-up to his most grievous injury.
Okay. Baby, just
get away.
In the interrogation room, Courtney continued to downplay the confrontation.
But I was like, why are you doing this? Like, just because, like I said, that we're over, blah, blah. And he was trying to talk to me, and I just didn't want to talk to him.
Easy, I'm sorry.
Shut up! We are over. Okay.
No, you're not. Stop it.
Stop! Don't touch me. Stop! No, you're on the head, so you know that.
According to the text messages from January sent while Christian was at the hospital 3 months earlier, he'd practically begged Courtney for help, to no avail. Christian replied, I don't feel so good, Court. Can you come? Same, Courtney wrote back. Oh well. Christian's next message read, Come, I'm scared. Courtney's callous reply was simply, Nah, you're not. It seemed like the tirade against Christian never let up, because on the day before Christian's stabbing, Courtney once again took things to a whole new level.
You.
Hey, let me help you.
Additionally, she happened to leave out another precipitating incident. According to Christian's video, he'd apparently said hello to one of their neighbors, something he was apparently not allowed to do.
You trust. You know damn well the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me slap you, dumb.
You're not gonna slap me.
Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and charge it.
What?
Find it and charge it.
I mean, I'm sorry, Courtney.
I don't care. Find it and charge it.
Okay, just stop.
Don't touch me.
God, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Because I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
It's like, all right. Find my phone and charge it. I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
To go out?
No! Shut up!
Please.
Shut up. You went to go talk to her without talking.
I didn't go to go.
Yes, you did. You always want to.
Courtney, I was
He literally told me about it. Now he's like,
Guys, this was the meltdowns that happened in the fights prior to this. I don't think that she has any diagnosis of bipolar, but if she did, guess what? It wouldn't make a difference because she is self-medicating with everything else. All right. So whatever she's diagnosed with at this point, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything even with her defense saying, oh, she's got this and it explains that. No, nothing. Just drugs and alcohol. Bender, both of them were declining. The whole relationship was declining, and ultimately he lost his life at her hands. But again, we'll find out on Monday exactly, are they going to charge her in that way? Are they going to say it was her fault? How are they going to go? What are they going to charge her with? How much time?
Again, what are you doing? I didn't go to talk to.
I know.
I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the?
Get off of me!
Me going to talk to. Is this gonna make you act like this?
You literally talked to her without telling me!
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi. You and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and come here.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Yes, thank you. Coming from Jordan. Thank you.
I want you to get away from me!
The screaming match kept going, just like the shocking messages. The last time Christian was hospitalized 3 months earlier, Courtney stopped responding to his messages pleading for help, and Christian became increasingly distraught. When Courtney eventually wrote back, it was once again with an apology that said, "I feel extreme regret, sadness, and humiliation, and I am so sorry for hurting you. I hope we can get through this, but I understand if we can't. Your anger and pain is completely valid." However, during the fight the night before disaster struck, there was no evidence that Courtney had offered any such apology.
Kill me.
See, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you.
If you make one more excuse, I will shut my ears. I will never listen to you again. Okay. You know damn well.
You don't need to scream.
I will. You know damn well. You will.
Hey, this is what he had to put up with. It's awful.
I need to make my phone. I need to go home. I need to talk to somebody. I need my phone. Don't touch me!
What is going on? Like, what are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
But Christian's attempts to apologize seemed to have no effect, and the couple remained headed towards disaster. At the police station, Courtney continued with her version of how the fight progressed.
And he ended up pinning me against the wall. And then, I said like choking me on the floor. And it's happened twice before where I couldn't breathe and I was on the floor. Yeah. I could not breathe. And I don't think that he is trying to kill me, but I was scared. He said, why don't you go find one of the guys in G-Wagons? Because I had said something about that when I broke up with him like a week ago. Out of anger. I didn't say it because I want that, because I love him. But it was just one of the things that you said.
Now, mind you, right after this, she gets out of the interrogation room. She's not charged yet. And she heads to Hawaii to go to a rehab. But yes, I still think she's absolutely crazy. Here's the thing is just recently she's in court blowing kisses, making faces, knowing that trial's either coming or a plea deal. She's not going to get out and be any better. In my opinion, she's going to get out and we're going to see Courtney Clenney in those headlines for DUIs, maybe even killing someone while she's driving under the influence or what have you. I really don't see a change in her. She's like Sharilla. When you see Mackenzie Sharilla, she is not going to get out in 15 or 20 years. She keeps on just doing bad things. She's not a good person. And I don't think I think she's going to get out. Courtney Clenney's going to land herself a sweet deal, whether it's a movie deal or some kind of show that gets, some reality show. She's going to get money. She's going to get more followers, and she's going to be right back here again.
Was that at the moment that he was charging you or earlier in one of the arguments?
It was before he choked me. Yes, it was before he choked me.
So you told me that he had you against the wall at one point, right? With his hands over your neck? And how did you end up from the wall to the ground?
Let me go. let me go, and then I started swinging on him because I had been against the wall. I started trying to hit him.
Yeah.
And then he put me on the ground.
He dropped you to the ground. What did he do? Like, did he like lift you up, or did he grab your hair? Did he just kind of like rotate you onto the ground?
I really couldn't even tell you. If I could have like been.
Hello, Crystal from Newton, West Virginia. I'm thinking. Hello from Cali. How you doing? It's the what did someone call me? The Price is Right lady. Hey, we're doing the Price is Right later. We're giving away some Guilty of Crime merch, so stay here. You guys have been so patient for the last 2 hours and 20 minutes. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you're engaging, and I hope that I'm doing this in a way that's not just completely boring to you, like, because I don't know why more people aren't covering this, but hey, I am.
Given all these questions, I could be like, maybe let me think about it. Or when I'm trying to remember like a whole situation of where I was very upset about something, which I've learned this in therapy or whatever, it's like write down like all the details so you don't forget.
At some point during the scuffle, Courtney said that Christian let her go. However, the peace had only been temporary.
I walked into the living room. She was sitting on the couch. I didn't say this before. I walked in the living room. I called my mom. You could see I was calling my mom. That made him angry. I went in his living room to go sit on the couch. He came in there and tried to get the phone out of my hand.
Did he ever get the phone out of your hands? Or?
No.
No.
He just came over to me and was trying to get it. So this happened like over by the door, and somehow was like over in the living room. We were standing by the couch, facing toward the kitchen. I was in the kitchen, and then he just I could see like all the whites in his eyes, and he was like coming at me. And so I grabbed one of these knives, and I was like, I swear to God. I swear to God. It was just like, I would be like, don't come anywhere closer to me. I absolutely.
This is where we finally get to hear her, guys. This is the interrogation room / interview after the stabbing of Christian Obumseli. She has that kimono looking thing on, like her robe, but underneath that, she's covered in blood from her toes to all the way up to her waist. So we're not seeing it right now because the camera's grainy, but she has it on her nails, on her hands, under crevices, on her toes, in her feet. They didn't let her take a shower because they needed to process her as a crime scene. Well, she's going to get out. I don't think she's going to get long at all, guys. What I'm seeing, that's why I covered this, because I really don't think she's going to get a significant amount of time. I think with some of the new evidence that got put in at the prelim or the hearing, whatever preliminary trial, I think they are like, this is not going to be a conviction. Indy, hey, how you doing, my friend? Happy Friday. Yeah, it was 4 years ago. It was going to trial, and now she took a plea deal. That's why most people are like, wait, how did that happen? I thought it was going to trial. Well, it was, but guys, look at the delay from April 22nd to August 20th, 26. Again, it's a strategy. People do that so witnesses go away. People don't want to talk. They can't travel. It's a strategy. All right, let's remove that and put that back up and listen to her. Right now, she's going to tell us what she did. She's going to say she threw the knife and it stuck in his chest.
No intention of using it. I'm on the phone with my mom, and he's coming at me like he's going to grab either the phone or like the knife or something. And so I was just like, I was like, don't come any closer. Coming at me, and I threw it.
After some prompting, Courtney estimated that Christian was about 10 feet away when she threw the knife. This would turn out to be a critical and contentious piece of evidence in the investigation to come.
How exactly did you throw it? Like you threw it like this, or kind of like flung it at him overhead, or how did that?
Oh, I just flung it.
You just flung it over your head, or from
like this?
Yeah.
So from like beside your head.
Yeah. So not like, okay, like I'm holding it like this. This is not the knife. The
blade.
Right, the blade. I'm not. I just for dang sure did not stab him. That would be insane. I mean, I didn't even think that this would touch him. But I mean, I thought that I would scare him. I would scare him by just grabbing it. I thought I would scare him by just grabbing it, but that didn't work.
What did he do after after you flung the knife at him? Did he walk around or did he fall right then and there, or what happened?
He fell down.
He fell down?
Yep.
Look at that.
He didn't walk around or anything like that, or still try and chase you, or what?
No, because
The police had to wonder if this was true, because when Courtney gave police consent to walk through her apartment, they found blood in countless areas of the house, including the kitchen, living room, entryway,
Look
and
at
even
that.
the bathroom.
You know where the knife is?
right here.
Okay.
There is no.
And what did you do after he fell?
I ran over to him and grabbed him, and like it was just like a blur. But I ran over to him and I grabbed him, and I just said, "Oh my God, what do I do? What do I do?" Like I'm like the worst person to be around. What do I do? And he said, call somebody. And I was on the phone with my mom.
He said that.
He said, just call somebody. And I was like, okay, I'm on the phone with my mom. I said, Mom, what do I do? And she said, call 911. I think I called 911.
Another officer came by to assure Courtney that her dogs had been taken care of.
So look, Michelle, the plea deal came. Maybe you missed that. I told you guys that a little while ago, and I think at the beginning. So let me just say one more time: the plea deal is coming because of evidence that recently came in the hearing, and the prosecution feels like they don't have a solid case to convict her if they go to trial. All right. Now, we don't know what the terms are yet. That's sealed. We're going to find out. But listen, they've had some troubles in the last 4 years with this case. Prosecutors literally they've been put on the case. They've been taken off the case. There's been problems with prosecution, people that are working the case, and frankly, they don't feel like they have enough evidence to win at trial. So if the defendant doesn't have any felony records, we see the mutual violence. We don't see him hitting her, but we see her hitting him and him throwing her off and whatever. Both sides have that where they're both showing aggression towards each other, and neither one of them decides to leave. So they handle it as domestic violence, and in the trial, they can only do what they can do with the evidence they have. And there's been lots of complications in it. So that's why I believe prosecution is not going to, that's why they're doing this.
And we're staying with their usual groomer.
The doctor said, I took them to the Peace and Love. Peace and Love, yeah. Where she answered, and I told her it was an emergency.
Were they still covered in blood?
Not so much because they ran a little bit, but I told her she's going to wash them and she has food there.
Then Courtney was again left alone, and after some more praying and crying, attempted to get some sleep. It was only when a third officer checked on her that she finally asked about Christian.
Yeah, restraining orders don't work like that. You can't just say, hey, officer, can you give me a restraining order? I'll wait right here. You could give a restraining order whether he lives there or not. You could put a restraining order. He could have put one on her. He lived there, and it could have been like, hey, when you come get your stuff, I have to have a police officer to escort you. None of that had to do with any of that. Bottom line is she didn't get off of her ass and go get a restraining order. You have to go file it at a courthouse. You don't just say, poof, I want a restraining order and done. That's just not how it works.
Jen.
Is there nothing on Christian?
The other detective's working on it right now.
Is he okay?
We're going to check. We're trying to reach the officer at the hospital.
After 30 more minutes of waiting, forensic techs arrived to collect evidence from Courtney, including swabbing her neck and hands and photographing the many bloodstains on her body and clothes.
Do you have any injuries?
I mean, I have bruises all over the place, I think, but I'm probably just covered in blood.
Yep.
Usually there's just bruises like on my arms and my legs.
Let me get the one.
Yeah, on your arm right here.
Courtney let the investigators know that she'd picked off several of her nails while waiting to talk to the police, and indicated several other scrapes and bruises. However, when looking at Courtney's Instagram account, these injuries were determined to be old, possibly much longer before the fight that landed Christian in the hospital. In fact, they found no evidence of defensive marks that they would expect to be consistent with Courtney's story.
Please make for as well, just the area of your neck, okay?
Courtney's clothes were also collected as evidence, and she was given a hazmat suit to wear for the time being.
The blood.
She was also introduced to her lawyer, who accompanied her back into the interrogation room after she changed.
Yeah, right there.
So you're living in a nightmare right now.
Yes.
You know.
I will feel so much better once they just say
Florida.
Yeah.
Because I've been asking. I've been asking.
And that's what we're waiting for.
I mean, I feel like, and I mean, if he's not, that's a lot worse for me. But if he's not, that's just a lot worse for everybody. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I will do with myself.
Well,
if he's not okay.
No matter
I mean,
what,
I clearly can't be together.
no matter what his condition is, it's out of our control. Right? We have no control. What's done is done.
See?
We can't do it.
He's completely, this is her defense attorney that's telling her, hey, this is what we're going to do. You can't take it back. We're going to, and I'm summing this up. He's saying, hey, you're a battered freaking partner here. There's been several times where you've called. Hey, as a matter of fact, just a couple days ago, you asked for a restraining order. We're going to pull all of that along with the messages and any recordings you might have. And we're going to say it's a battered partner defense. All right. Now, prosecution doesn't like that because they're trying to go for second-degree murder, which means that it's still intentional, that he didn't do anything and she did, right? And it's 15 to 25 years to life. But with this plea deal, that could be a lesser manslaughter or an acquittal. Manslaughter with time served, or manslaughter with, manslaughter 10 years with 4 years served. I don't think she's even going to get that hefty of one, but we'll discuss that a bit as soon as this is over. We'll talk about the legalities, and then we're going to give away some guilty of crime merch. So stay here. Also, get yourself a membership if you can. All right. The winner will need to be in the United States and be in the green. Let's go.
We need to move forward. And my concerns, okay? I will be talking, obviously, to your family. Like I said, I still feel, confident that you're going home, and straightforward with you. There are some concerns about your mental health to make sure that you're okay, because this is very traumatic.
Hey, Midnight Lace.
So there may be some steps taken there. Yeah, come on in to make sure that you're okay. And that's it. But we're getting you home, okay?
Okay.
Courtney had a few more minutes to chat with her new lawyer, but before long, the detectives returned to the interrogation room with some news that changed the entire case.
So, we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay.
That's part of
unfortunately, the doctors did what they could.
Christian is dead.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Now her lawyer's there with them. Again, she's never broken character.
This is not real, right? Okay.
Her OnlyFans acting's coming out.
Christian died. Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure.
Who needs a hug? Look at that.
No.
Calm down. Calm down.
Can I get a hug? Can I show you my tits, guys? Let me out.
Take some breaths. We're gonna be okay.
I need to hug my mom.
I'll talk to your parents about it.
I cannot be left alone in like a room by myself.
You won't be.
After this. No, that's not true. That's not real, right?
It is real.
Christian is dead.
Yes. They're not gonna lie.
I know, I just can't believe it.
Even before being taken to the hospital, the first responders were clearly aware that things had not looked good for Christian.
Dime.
Fire rescue. He's all breathing.
Tragically, Christian was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the hospital. During an autopsy, the medical examiner determined that Christian's right subclavian artery had been cut, causing him to bleed out. But there were more characteristics of Christian's wound that would raise questions during the investigation to come.
Take deep breaths.
I've been crying so much. Can't even cry right now. No.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fun. I don't think she meant to either. She did some messed up shit to him before this.
No, it's not. Oh my God.
Now, this is not like a case that I'm just like, hey, it's Friday and I'm bored, so I'm going to play this for 2 hours and 34 minutes. No, she got a plea deal. Courtney Clenney has a plea deal, and Monday we're going to find out what it is and does the judge accept it. I'm going to tell you, I'm sure the judge is going to accept it, right? And the evidence that they have against her, she also has that evidence to say, number one, that she wanted a restraining order and that didn't happen. She didn't want to kill him, etc., versus she just cold-bloodedly killed him. That's what the prosecution's going for. All right? Yes. 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 And yes. All right.
I wanted to be at the hospital. If anything happened to him, I just wanted to be at the hospital. I begged, can I please go to the hospital? I mean, obviously, the women can come to my house, but like, I begged, can I please go to the hospital? Oh my God, our friends. Oh my God.
You see her priorities?
I'm going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be the same thing. Yeah. And okay, that's the last time I ever talked to him. It's the last time anybody ever talks to him.
Sure is.
Ever. The last thing he ate was Subway. What I was saying to that other room, I said, God forbid, when like from far away, if what if I had accidentally hit a little bit lower and he died? That's what I said.
Once again, Christian's secret recordings.
Shout out to Flojo. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Happy Friday. You know, Courtney Clenney got a plea deal. We'll find out Monday what's going to happen. All right. Yes, we're still on. I told you at the beginning, Jay from Guilty of Crime is here on Friday. I don't have Mrs. Guilty, and Baby Guilty is hanging with her friends. School starts next week. So she's like, Mom, who? All right. Yes. Guys, drop his link if you would. We support Flojo. Yeah, when I'm bored, we benefit. That's the thing, is I never say I'm bored. I just have excess time sometimes. All right. Awesome, Flojo. I you know, when I have time to hang with you guys, I like to, because there's times where I can't be on here on certain days. Like for my birthday, I was gone like 5 days, right? So no Baby Guilty right now and no Mrs. Guilty. I'm free. Thank you, Midnight Lace, for the Guilty of Crime membership. Guys, if you received the membership, please thank Midnight Lace. We're going to give away some stuff. So after this,
Of one of their fights revealed that this outcome could have been what Courtney wanted all along.
Courtney, I need your help. Please. Courtney, I know you care about my head right now.
No,
It's
the
bleeding.
cops are going to take me to jail.
Then
That's cool. I don't care, Christian.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
do that.
care about you.
Just stop it.
Christian, I honestly, like, I know that, like, it on your head is serious. I told you to leave downstairs. I told you I'm actually not having a good day. We're actually literally, I want to kill you.
It seemed Courtney got her wish, but whether or not this was intentional remained to be seen. The medical examiner stated that based on the angle and depth, he believed that the injury could not have been inflicted by a thrown knife. Courtney's intentions, along with the method of attack, would not be determined that night. For now, though, the police did something unexpected.
I think the detective spoke to your mom. She's trying to get a flight to get you some support.
guys, they've babied her the entire time. All right. Spicy J rules. I know you guys love when I get all fired up. You guys love when Steve comes in here and talk shit, because you like when we play with trolls over here, right? Hey, Cheeky, good to see you. I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm not alone. It's Friday and I have 131 people in chat. I'm not all by myself. Oh, I think he will, Julie. We're after this. I'm going to tell you why even more. And legal analysts, lawyers, ex-prosecutors, they're all going to say the same damn thing, and it sucks. I'm not for it, but I'm telling you.
Because we just met an hour ago. We're going to get you some support, okay?
I swear I was holding him for so effing long. And the security lady was standing right there. And I was like, why are they taking so effing long? And I was just sitting there just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding.
Take a deep breath.
I'm not being here. I need to be with my family.
Against all odds, Courtney was released that evening. She moved back in with her parents in Dallas, Texas, while the investigation continued in Florida.
Not really
However, the
free.
pending case didn't seem to be enough to keep her out of trouble for long. On June 16th, over 2 months since Christian's tragic passing, the police were once again called out as a result of a disturbance involving Courtney.
What ends up happening is she's like, hey, I'm drunk. Can you walk me back home if you want to? I said, yeah, of course. I'll help you get home.
On the way to Courtney's parents' house, though, things took a turn.
Now, mind you guys, hey, Royal Bitch X, good night, love ya. And like I said before, just manipulation. I agree. And yes, this is exploring with us, and everything's in my description so you guys can tell. But hopefully, I went above and beyond exploring with us, and I gave you lots of context before, during, and then after, right? Because I could just come on here and hit play and sit there like this, but squirrel. All right, let's continue. They babied her the whole time, guys. Everything I'm looking at was like everybody coddled her. And even in court, she's got another lawyer, a female lawyer, have some pictures hugging her, treating her like she's a victim. So you get treated like you're a victim. She might have believed that. You're very welcome, sale hounds. As long as you guys understand what I'm doing and I can continue growing with my channel, you guys let me know what you want. That's cool. Made in America. No worries. She does sound disgusting. I agree. All right.
4 different occasions she tries to kiss me or make out. No, I don't want to do that, especially I'm 18 or 26. You're drunk. I don't want to party. Yeah, so I just kind of try to walk around, and then she starts following down the road.
Uncomfortable, the young man texted his father for help.
I'm like, listen, if I cannot talk to your parents, you're aggressive. You're acting aggressive. I got to call 911. Actually, I dialed you once, and she freaked out.
Courtney's mother, Deborah, was already on scene talking with another officer, but the police asked to speak with Courtney directly to hear her side of the story. Perhaps predictably by now, her version went a little bit differently.
Oh. Oh, God. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Pressure. No. It's okay. We just want to get your side of the story.
Courtney claimed that there was no issue until the neighbor's father interrupted. She said nothing about making romantic or advances. In the end, the situation was resolved without any criminal charges being filed. However, that wasn't the case when it came to the pending investigation into Christian's death. After the run-in with the neighbors, Courtney enrolled herself in an inpatient treatment program for substance abuse and post-traumatic stress located in Hawaii. It wasn't until 4 months after Christian died, once all the digital evidence like text messages and videos had been thoroughly reviewed and prosecutors agreed how to move forward, that a warrant was issued for her arrest. On August 10th, the Hawaii facility was raided by a SWAT team who took Courtney into custody.
Damn. That's crazy too. So August 10th, they came to Hawaii. I didn't know that. They raided the freaking place she was in, the rehab in Hawaii, and they brought her back to Miami, right? And I hate to say this, Cats Meow and all of you guys, I really hate to say this, but in female prisons, guys, it kind of does, they do that. They, especially if you have a female like this that is an OnlyFans, has some clout, she's on TV, she's getting commissary, all shits and giggles. Every time you see her, it's shits and giggles. I don't think that she's getting any of her karma except for she's not in her high rise. But I got to tell you, she probably has a girlfriend in there. It's not the same as men prisons. All right. No, you're not alone. You're second family. Well, thank you. No due respect. What I had. Yeah. Right. In Hawaii. Yep. She did. Man, I'm so grateful my sons don't have a monster. Right. Continue to pray for that for all of us. All right. Your sciatica is killing you. I don't know what to do. Oh, you guys know anything how to get sciatica pain to, I don't know. I do not know, but prayers for you. Maybe somebody in chat knows. I have no idea about sciatica, my friend.
Preparations to extradite her back to Florida were underway. but Courtney chose to return voluntarily. But that wasn't the only arrest that was made. In January 2024, nearly 2 years since Christian's death, warrants were also issued for the arrest of Courtney's parents, Kim and Deborah.
There are warrants for you and your wife's arrest? What? I know.
Courtney's mom, Deborah, took the news even harder.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Deborah.
So,
No, I'm not okay.
I know.
Nobody's gonna hurt you. I understand. I mean,
I know.
you're physically okay.
Whole deal is she was persecuted.
Remember, they arrested the parents because the parents went in and hacked into Christian Obumseli's laptop and deleted evidence. All right. Now, Rocco, I don't care. I know people don't like her. They hate her. I'm not a fan of Courtney Clenney either. I do not think that she tried to take his life, but I do think that that could have happened 5 times before that with the way they were fighting and how it was leading up to drug-fueled arguments and sex on camera and jealousy. Absolutely. It led up to that. And she might get 7 to 10 years with 4 years served, guys. I hate to say that, but I'm going to show you pictures after because she was rough in the beginning, but she stopped being rough. Someone said earlier, jail has done her good. And I got to agree. I'm going to show you. I showed you earlier her sticking out her tongue and blowing kisses. She's changed over the last 4 years and she should never get out. That's what the prosecution was trying to do. But now they're going to take a plea deal. I'm telling you.
By that much, she's getting persecuted now. And now we're getting persecuted.
It came to the attention of law enforcement that Christian's laptop had been removed from the apartment. Police alleged that Courtney's parents had considered with her defense attorneys to remove incriminating evidence from the laptop before it could be used in court. However, there was no evidence found against the parents or the attorneys, and ultimately the charges against Kim and Deborah Clenney were dropped, while the attorneys were never charged in relation to these allegations. But the same couldn't be said for Courtney. She remains in jail without bond as she awaits trial for the charge of second-degree murder. In her court appearance on November 15, 2024, the judge denied a bond again. Until the trial is complete, we won't know what really happened to Christian Obumseli, or if justice has indeed been served. It's important to note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Such a handsome guy. He was on his way up, and that sucks. All right, I'm actually going to play this. We're still here. We've been here for 2 hours and 46 minutes, guys, and I'm happy to be here. All right. Yeah, I'm sure she got herself a girlfriend. Let me show you before we get into this. This is a OnlyFans model facing murder charges, accepts a plea deal. We're going to talk about what that plea deal is going to be. But before I do that, let me show you some of the photos that were a progression up until now. And that's why I say at first she was doing rough. I feel like after that first, 5, 6, 7 months, she realized what to do in jail to survive and more than survive. All right. Take a look at some of these pictures. You see her. That was from the day that she stabbed Christian Obumseli and he got his life. She took his life. Now look at here. This was the very first time we saw her in court with that first lawyer. That was the one that offered to give her a hug. She looks rough AF there, but over time, you'll see. She could get released on Monday. I doubt she'll walk out on Monday, but they could certainly give her a release date on Monday. All right. Absolutely, they can. All right, let's continue. Let me show you some of this so we can talk about the plea deal and what I think is expected, not just from me, but from legal analysts, right? So that was her at first, and everyone's like, oh, and she does. She looks rough. But as time progresses, it's like she found her way. Defense attorney Tara Kawas and OnlyFans model Courtney react during a hearing in front of the judge. This was Thursday, July 11th, 2024. So 2 years ago. And then you see again, this was December 8th when we first started finding out. But this says OnlyFans reaches a plea deal and they use her old booking photo. All right. Then this is pictures of her trying to prove that she was abused, but all the bruises were old. All right. So all of those look like they were from weeks ago. And it was probably her doing that to herself. Who knows? Right? Look at that. That didn't come from that day. Attorneys released new photos. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. New information came into that preliminary hearing or preliminary trial And that's what ended us up in this predicament. It says attorneys released new photos of Courtney Clenney, Christian Obumseli, charged with killing her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, on April 3rd. Her defense team says she's a victim of domestic violence, and she's held strong. I don't know if they're going to change her plea, if she's going to plead guilty to something. I have no idea. But she has been maintaining for the last 4 years that she is a victim and that it was domestic violence. All right. Well, they do. She's got some kind of money. Her parents do. Yeah, I think so too. We were looking at that earlier. But there's the knife, guys. 3 inches in. She tried to say she throw it. We saw that. Came from there. Some of the court hearings. Let me see what that said. That was November of 2022, way back when. Instagram model Courtney Clenney. This was her taking photographs for the crime scene and documenting it regarding her abuse and regarding her drug use, all of that. She's saying, hey, I was on a bender. This is why I did that. And that's why, in my opinion, she went to a rehab, because that does look good. Look at that. That one's broken off. That must have been the one. She must have had multiple knives. This says OnlyFans. An Instagram model, Courtney Clenney, takes photographs from the crime scene. Look at that. Look at that. That whole piece is gone. I wonder if that was what stuck in him. Again, we didn't see a trial, so we don't know. And that was the prior incident. That was a month or two prior. Had they stopped it there, he wouldn't have lost his life. But yeah. And that's when she asked for a, she told him she wants a restraining order, and you could see the date on there, 4/2 of 2022. All right. Look at that, covered in blood. Wait, let me make this a little bigger so you guys can at least just see these, and then we'll move on. All right. Sadie's mama, huge prayer for you. We all pray for you. All right. I hope you're feeling okay. Look at that. She's covered feet, toes, hands. New video talking to police in the apartment just one day before authorities said she killed Christian Obumseli. And there you go. This was the kicker here. When this video came out, when when it was released to the public, everybody was like, okay, she's the aggressor. And then we started seeing other things come out. All right. So there's that. Now let's get back to this. Guys, I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna look at this, what the sentence could be, and then we're gonna give away some guilty of crime merch. So stay here. Also, you gotta get a membership to win and be in the United States. So hit the like button, subscribe. If you can get a membership, get one. If somebody gifts one, you'll still win as well. Let's take a look.
Keeping an eye on some developments in this high-profile murder case out of South Florida. We've talked about Courtney Clenney before, who is an OnlyFans model who was charged with the murder of her boyfriend and has now, according to reports, accepted a plea deal in this case. And so joining us live now to talk about this, what she makes of it, where things go from here, we are pleased to be joined by AV Perez, who is a legal analyst and a content creator. You know her, AV to the 7th Power on YouTube. AV, always good talking with you. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 35 News Plus today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me back. We have another wild case coming out of Florida that is coming to a resolution.
Whenever y'all come in into chat and ask, where is this? I'm always going to say Florida. Most of these cases that I cover are in Florida, which is just wild, right? I guess if there were more cases here in California, I'd be covering those all the time. Still team guilty of crime. Well, thank you. Hey, I try to give you guys good content. Nice, Jay and M. What's up, Bree? Good to see you. Happy Friday. All right. Love you guys. Love the crime crew. Thank you for being there for me, for the channel, always supporting me. And I'm not here by myself.
There's always a wild case out of Florida for us to talk about, AV. But this is interesting. I'm curious. I just want to get your initial thoughts and your reaction to the news of the plea deal. Did that surprise you at all?
Yes, I think a lot of people in the legal community are surprised. Courtney has had her case moved, or at least the start of the trial moved several times this year. We were actually supposed to start in April of 2026, and then it got moved and delayed until August. And, you know, we've been kind of waiting. Same thing in 2025, this case has moved several times.
It's been so delayed. I know people that have been following this have been trying to watch closely. And I just so happened to say, oh, damn, wait, she took a plea deal. Aren't we waiting for the trial? Not anymore.
Things like continuances, you know, there were her parents that were involved in an unrelated charge tied to Christian Obumseli, the victim in this case, laptop. So there has been an ongoing almost 3-year feud to get this case to trial. So no one expected that she's actually going to accept a plea deal this early on. And the details of that plea deal are still yet to be seen. Christian Obumseli's family released a statement over the weekend saying that they worked with the prosecution's office and the defendant herself on this plea deal. And Christian Obumseli's family also has a civil litigation with the building that the couple lived in. So I wonder.
Which is settled, okay? Everything's settled at this point. The parents received a settlement outside of court from the building and from the family. All right. Mrs. Guilty's in Napa. You guys know we have another place in Napa that we go. And yeah, she went. Sometimes she, you know, so we've been together 21 years. So yeah, we do our own thing sometimes. And hopefully she's having fun. I think they were doing a ton of blow. All right. Yes, I'm unsupervised tonight. I'm so dangerous on the computer. Hey, guys, if you guys were closer in the Bay Area, it might be a little more troublesome. All right. She's got the crazy look.
How all of this is going to play out. As of right now, August 10th, next Monday at 10:30 a.m., I believe, is where she is going to formally accept the plea, get the details on what terms are included.
So we're gonna,
what exactly is
this is what we're going to hear. What exactly? But let me tell you something. I just found another article that says they're happy to announce a plea agreement has been reached in the case. All right. But in the statement, the terms of the agreement aren't final until Monday. The Prieto law firm and attorney Frank Puglisi told CBS Miami that they will not comment further on the agreement on August 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But guys, an attorney that represents the Obumseli family told CBS that the plea agreement was reached, and they did that to avoid a trial because they didn't want him to be victimized again. So the family's attorney made the statement. Her defense also made a statement, but from the Obumseli family, everybody's agreed except the judge. They say on behalf, and this is these are the statements that you don't expect from the family. They say on behalf of the Obumseli family, I am pleased to announce that the defendant, Courtney Clenney, the state, and the Obumseli family have reached a resolution which will avoid an unnecessary trial. The resolution will be made public at sentencing hearing on August 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're in California, it will be at 7 a.m. If you're in Florida, it'll be at 10 a.m. Pleading guilty and accepting full responsibility will begin the process of bringing closure to a very tragic, life-changing event for the Obumseli family. All right. 30-year-old Courtney Clenney was charged with second degree back in April 2022 for stabbing Obumseli, 27, inside the couple's apartment. And known online as Courtney Taylor, Clenney has now amassed more than 2 million followers on Instagram. I think she still might have that account, and OnlyFans canceled her. Guys, she's going to get other deals. I hope you know that.
Pleading guilty too. So it's going to be a very interesting week.
There's no doubt about that. You talked about the kind of the battles to get to trial. And so what do you think then maybe changed? What part of this equation changed maybe then to precipitate?
Yeah, but you have sciatica. You're in pain right now. You can't go out, my friend. That son of has been drinking for years. All right, let's continue. We've been here for a while. I know I'm holding you guys hostage. We're going to give away some merch after this. I don't know if my girl Tiff is here, but I got to see what she's giving away tonight.
Make a plea deal, even though we don't know the terms right now. What do you think may have happened to make this kind of deal become reality?
Yeah, I believe there's likely some sort of evidence. Courtney Clenney's posture in this case is that she was acting in self-defense, right? It's to the point where they were starting to look at expert witnesses that were going to testify at trial. Some of them being blood splatter experts, knife throwing experts as well. It's one of those things where the self-defense theory. We also have evidence showing Courtney Clenney being violent with Christian on an elevator, right? But about 2 months before he came to his unfortunate passing. But it is one of those things where evidence has been a problem in this case from the beginning. It took 6 months for her to actually be arrested. She was extradited from Hawaii. So after, April of 2026, when Christian, passed, she wasn't arrested until about August or September of that year. And that was in 2022. Many, many, many evidentiary hearings have happened. I think there was a change of the guard prosecution as well. So there's a new prosecution, and her team has been solid from the beginning, saying that this is a domestic situation, a domestic violence situation. And I wonder if evidence this close to trial kind of shatters that self-defense theory that she had.
I want you to put your lawyer hat on for us here. And, like you said, we don't know right now what the terms of this plea deal might be. But if you had to kind of speculate and to guess, what do you think would be some of the terms that we could expect to see in a plea deal, knowing what we know about this case?
Yeah. So when it comes to murder, there's different layers of it, right? Murder in the first degree, you have second degree murder, you have manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter. I'm guessing we might land in that realm. It's very similar to the Julio Fulio case with Alicia Andrews, not necessarily having first degree murder, but the jury, significantly decreased that down to manslaughter. So I'm guessing we might land in the manslaughter realm, but at the same time, there's still some information that needs to come out, because when it comes to these plea deals, they're highly structured. The DA's office will say, here is, we'll give you credit for time served. Here is what you need to plead guilty to. If there's a remainder of time that's, going to be served as well, probation, there are things that are going to be outlined, but many folks in the legal community are anxious to take a look at what the actual filing looks like.
I am sure. Now, she was facing potential life in prison. So what do you think
guys, if they go to unintentional manslaughter, I hate to tell you this, but she's going to be out. They're going to give her time served with somewhere like 5 years probation and drug testing or something like that. All right. If they drop it that low, involuntary manslaughter, well, that's even lower than I thought. I didn't even know that.
A prison sentence might look like in this case, assuming that is part of this.
Thank you.
Yeah, so looking at the time that she's already done, she's been in prison since 2022. She could have the 4 years credited, right? But I do think that she could be somewhere in the 10 to 15 realm with the 4 years that she's already done.
And you mentioned the statement from the victim's family. What is their kind of stance on this? Just go into that again. What the reaction we're hearing from them?
Let it be over
in this.
Yep. So they released a statement on Saturday. It was fairly brief, but what was revealing is that they have.
Yeah, I mean, she might get a couple of years in prison, but if they do 7 to 10 years on a involuntary manslaughter, I'm not even looking at involuntary manslaughter here. I was looking at the charges being reduced to manslaughter. In that case, it would be 7 to 10 years, no prior violent felony record. Relationship was mutual violence, including the Obumseli, where he, I guess, killed their dog. All right. And all the different videos and recordings that she was documenting. And the victim's family agrees with the plea. So if she gets 7 to 10 years and they take off 4, sometimes they give you 4 years. And then for each day, or something, each day is like a half day or something, then she will do prison for about 2 years. But I assure you, it's going to be cushioned. All right. This has been a high profile case. She may get house arrest too. They might say you can go live at your parents under the condition. I mean, I really, I don't know.
Working with the prosecution's office for a resolution here. And it looks like this could have been in play within the last week or so. You know, again, we still have that second civil matter. This is the criminal matter, but there is a civil matter as well, where the family is suing the one Prieto building in the Edgewater community where the couple actually resided. So I wonder if there's some cross connection between that. But they have been working very closely with the district attorney's office to come to a resolution.
For those who don't know, AV, is that common for family to work with prosecutors when it comes to plea deals in cases like
It really depends. It really depends. I mean, the prosecution's office always wants justice for the victims and their families. However, folks do have to understand that prosecutors, they're attorneys for the state. Right. So if someone breaks a law within the state, their job is to get justice and, you know, charge those folks accordingly. So it really depends on the state. There's 50 of them. Everybody operates differently. But it does seem as if the family here was working very closely with the state, especially with that statement coming out on Saturday.
So what are you going to be watching for, AV? Obviously looking for...
There's no way he would get the low sentence like that. Proud mom of girls. We know that now. We understand that the consequences are different from an entitled white woman to a black man that really we didn't know. He was a good guy. When you look back at what he did and who he was, there was nothing about him that was bad. Now, I can't substantiate anything about him killing her dog, but we did see a lot of videos where he puts up with it. When I say he puts up with it, he doesn't leave. And I am not victim blaming. What I'm saying is if that happens to your son, to your brother, to your friend, they should leave. All right. They shouldn't wait around. I don't know if house arrest is on the table though. I don't know how Florida works.
For the filings and for the details to come out about this, but what will you be looking for when it comes to this case moving forward and what might come out about this plea deal?
Yep. There you
So
go.
next Monday, we will see like the plea deal itself, exactly what she's pleaded guilty to. And then we're also going to see the sentencing immediately afterward. So that's all happening in one hearing. We're going to be watching for what the actual sentence is going to be. And I'm more curious about the evidence that has, you know, kind of spooked this team or at least changed the defendant's mind to take the plea deal. Because
see, do you see that too? It's not just the defense that got spooked. It's prosecution and defense. And over those 4 years, we've had people from the prosecution drop and have to drop because of things that they did that were questionable. All right. I'm looking at a pair. No, she had dogs, Baja. That doesn't have anything to do with her having dogs. What someone was saying is that he allegedly killed one of her dogs previous. But yeah, she does have 2 dogs. I'll look it up. I had never heard of that. All right. But yes, that's absolutely. Cops need to help women immediately acquire restraint. Agreed. And that's what's going to happen. That's going to come up. Watch.
Half of the time people start to defendants are in jail for such a long time, they start to get worn down and tired of waiting. And you know, with all this case almost 4 years in the making, that's quite a bit of time waiting to go to trial.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It has been something to watch and will continue to be so. August 10th, as you said, that next court date where we'll learn some more details about this. AV Perez, a legal analyst and content creator, AV to the 7th Power on YouTube. We always appreciate you joining us. Thanks so much for sharing your analysis and perspective with us here on Fox 35.
She does look 15. She's a freaking lawyer and an influencer. All right. On that note, justice for Christian Obumseli, guys. Hey, Carrie, good to see you. We just discussed this for almost 3 hours. There's no plea just yet, but we're looking at anywhere from 7 to 10 years on the low side of manslaughter. If it's less than that, she may get time served. We don't know. We'll know Monday at 10 a.m. your time. All right. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about this case. What happened? Yeah, men are victims too, not just women. Yeah, absolutely. And I've witnessed things like that. The heater. I witnessed friends like that back in 2020 when COVID was out. I had friends, and I would watch the friend's kid. They would be fighting. Ultimately, she got her kid taken away because she would fight the same way that Courtney Clenney and Christian Obumseli did. All right. Yeah, men get ambushed. It's not just women. Okay, so Courtney, she has accepted a plea deal. We're gonna find out what it is. He was totally a victim, but proving it in court when he's dead is not gonna happen. They're taking credits. I promise her credit is absolute shite. You think so? I think I think credit doesn't mean a damn thing in 2026 because we got people like Gypsy Rose fans that are like, hey, queen, you're the queen of what? The queen of what? So it's just ridiculous. Infamous people end up getting more deals and shit. And I think she's going to come out and be even richer than she was, even more popular. Yep. The apartment was nasty. Look at this, Carrie. Those are just some of the shots, right? I don't want to do too much, but that house was covered in blood from the day. But if you look at the messes, that was not from that day. That was over the last probably 2 months of them having benders, and on top of the benders, not even paying rent, which leaves you to be not even really care about anything. It's San Francisco time is California time. So California time is 7 a.m. on Monday, 10 a.m. in Florida. All right. I know. But look at that. The house was just, it was coming apart. All right. And then this shows you just a 10,000 foot view made with AI from April 22nd to August 26th. All the different delays and obstacles. All right. So hopefully I laid this story out okay. Now, guys, hit the like button, drop a comment. We're gonna give away. Where'd Tiff say? Tiff, did you tell me? Okay, so the stickers and the pouch. Sticker and pouch. The next week, and then next week we'll do a tote and stickers. Okay, so I think I got that. Okay, hold on. Oh, what else? I'm just in worst case. Okay. All right, let's maybe she entered an Alfred plea. We don't know about any of that yet. All right, so I know what a waste. $10,000 a month for that apartment, and it's just shot to hell, right? And then there's them as a couple. Pictures are very deceiving. All right, cunning linguist. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, cunning linguist, to the Guilty of Crime crew. Thank you. I hope you sub up and continue coming back. We are here Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Now we're going to give away. Hold on. Let me pull it up. That's better. Let's see what I got. Where'd that go? All right. Let me show you. How's everyone doing? You guys still hanging in there? Everyone's still here? It's only been 3 hours and 11 minutes. That's not that long. Kinda. All right. Kinda. All right. So here's some new stuff here. This is what we're going to be giving away on Monday. I'll shuffle through some stuff right here. All right. Monday we'll do, hold on. Let me find this. All right. Monday we'll do the tote with stickers. And then today we're going to do we're going to do the pouch, but I need to share this. How do I share this? 1 second. All right. I guess I got to do it individually, huh? All right. Image file and this. Okay. So today we're going to give out the pouch. No, Baby Guilty starts school like at the end of next week. They start at a really weird time, Carrie. But yeah, we have almost a week left. And it's not long enough. So tonight we're going to give that away. We're going to give the pouch and the stickers. And I just want to show you a couple things that Tiff has done here. So that's without them. That's without the pouch. You keep money in whatever you want. And then let's see, just like the sticker packs. Oops. Hold on. Let me remove that and put that back up. So that's about it. The stickers and then the packs. We're going to do a tote. Oh, they're saying I have too many things up. So there it is. All right. So hit the like button and all this stuff. All right. You know what? I was looking at the dog accusations and I really don't see that. Let's see. It says no. Christian Obumseli was never charged with killing Courtney Clenney's dog. That allegation came from Clenney's defense, not law enforcement, and police never found evidence that he harmed a hair on the dog. It was never reported to police. It was never investigated. It was never substantiated, and it was never part of a criminal case. It's always been unfounded, a distraction, and not supported by evidence. So that is debunked right there. He did not do that. Nothing's put like that. No, it's not. It's not orange. It's red. They're all red, black, and white, not orange. All right. So that didn't happen. I don't know where we talked about him abusing her dog, but nothing is substantiated by any of that. So I'm not going to sit there and spread that, those rumors when that's not the case. All right, guys, let's give stuff away and then we're out of here. I like the longer streams too, but it's Friday and I don't got much going on. Let's see. All right, I'm getting there, guys. Smash that like button so you can get in there. I just got to find my link. All right, come on. I feel like I'm lagging right now. It is. It's going. $25 months. Yeah, Halloween's around the corner. Happy 25 months. Love, light, and guilty crimes. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you for supporting the channel as long as you have, and keep coming back. All right, let me pull this up, and then I'm going to give that away. All right, I got to find the link. There it is. Yeah, it's totally lagging right now, and I don't know why. All right. Let's drop this down. All right, here we go. I have so many apps open, so many different things open that it's just lagging. All right, here we go, guys. I'm gonna type in the link and then we're gonna give it away. Control C. All right. Hopefully this works. Let's go. It's hot in my office today too. Cool in the house, but hot in here. All right, there we go. Husky lover. Oh no, she's definitely gonna get out and be right back on something. It's not there though. That's the thing. All right, so I can't. ATX has been here like most of the stream. However, ATX does not have a. Unfortunately, ATX. Thank you. Your logo is pretty cool, but there's no membership. All right, so I just checked on that, and you're in the black, so I got to do it again. All right, got to be a member, and you got to be in the United States. So let me just refresh this. Go back. All right, again. And it will be, what, guilty of prize. All right, well, which one is it? Guilty of crime.merch@gmail.com. All right, let's see. No, she didn't win that, guys. She's not a member. Yeah. I can't. Mama Pearl won it. We got to do it again because Mama Pearl already has guilty of crime stuff. And yeah, we're not going to ship that all the way over here. So we get to do it again. Hey, Mom, you're lucky today. All right, but we're going to give it away to someone else. Let me just go back. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys have a good night, good weekend, all that. All right, I just saw my phone and laughed at a text message. All right, here we go. Hang in there. Good luck. Yeah, you already have guilty of crime bag and shirts and blah, 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 blah. All right, so there we go. We got kittens and crime. Where's kittens and crime? I know. Mama Pearl can't see without her glasses. So guilty of crying, whatever. All right, where'd you go, kittens and crime? Kittens and crime. If kittens and crime is right here and says bada boom, bada bing, you're here, kittens and crime. Come forward, or I don't know. What do I do? There you are. Yeah, you won. You won the book before. Okay. Well, do you want to pass it on to someone else, or do you want to? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to pass it on to something else since you won the book, or would you want me to send it to you? Tiff's gonna send. I know Callie's hot AF right now. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna do what I think. No one's answering me. Okay. Kids in Crime says pass it on, share the love. Okay. Awesome. You guys are good sports. Deb did the same thing yesterday. Deb Stearns, she won, and she said, you know what? I have so many guilty of crime things that I'm going to pass it on to someone else. That's so sweet. All right. All right. One more time. I wish I could play that song. Gonna dance so free and celebrate. Oh, gay club dance music. All right. 101 down. All right, let's see. What's up, Cheeky? Look at that. Where's Husky Lover? So now we know Husky Lover's in Colorado, and it's 101. So there you go. Husky Lover, there you go. Saucy Skins, I know. You will. All right, guys. Very kind and generous of the winners, and you won. So, what is it? Guilty of crime. Merch. No, she didn't get put on the spot. She says these people know me, right? Right? You know me enough, Kittens in Crime, to know I'm not put on the spot. If you want your package, you say, I want it, Jay, and I'll give it to you. No one's putting you on the spot at all whatsoever. They're freaking stickers, all right? All right, so if you want those stickers, and I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot, if you wanted them, let me know, all right? But otherwise, guiltyofcrime.merch at gmail.com is for Husky Lover and you Kittens in Crime. If you want that, just message me as well. We have a shitload of stickers and merch all over the place. All right. So let's go. No, we don't do that. We don't disrespect our people. You guys come here all the time. Kittens in Crime's been here a lot. Deb is here a lot. Yeah, nobody, I don't think anyone feels that way. But I'll make sure not to do that to you if you ever win. All right, guys, say they know me. Good night, Carrie and Saucy Skins. Congratulations, Husky Lover. All right, Deep Wrangler, and gotta fill my ceiling with stickers. 300, and I don't have enough. Well, we have plenty of stickers and Guilty of Crime merch for anyone that really does want it. All right. Rocco says, in my opinion, I don't think it'll be immediate. I don't either. I don't think it's going to be immediate at all, but I think we're going to hear when she's getting out. After we hear victim statements and we hear the family saying that they accept the plea deal. All right. So Cheeky, have a good night. Allie, Rockin' Princessa, please tell your husband that big prayers to him, big hugs to him. And we're here for you. We'll see you guys on Monday. All right. You got some stickers. See, we all, you don't got to keep to yourself, but I don't want people feeling like I put them on the spot. So if you ever win anything, I will not put you on the spot since I know you feel that way. All right. Everyone else I see every day. And I think they know if you just see me, I say, when you come in, trigger warning, because I'm going to probably trigger you just by how I look. And then I start to talk and oh boy. All right. So he's probably going to get 15 to 25 years, which will be 7 to 14 years prison time. Well, we'll see on Monday. We'll all see with each other. All right. My kids' birthdays are both in October. They're both Scorpios, both Halloween babies. All right, guys. Love you. And I'll be around this weekend. If you need anything, email me, text me, any of my friends that are around. I'll be around. Love you guys. Have a wonderful night. And I'm out of here. Go enjoy your night. Goodbye.
Guilty of Crime. I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime. Are you guilty of crime?